Where's the remote? Found it.
Turn off the lights.
All right.
Did you grab the drinks?
Yeah, I got them.
Okay, I'm making the popcorn.
It's starting. Come on.
All right. Okay, I'm here. Hit the button. Hi, I'm Jill.
God help us. And I'm Gianna.
Welcome to the We
Watch
Watch
It All podcast.
Podcast, yeah.
I forgot we said that one together. Where we watch it all and give you our opinions.
AKA the opinions no one ever asked for. How long have you been doing this now? 2 months?
This is like episode 35 or something.
Yeah,
36.
all right. Pull it together. That's a shame.
I know. And it's right in front of me, too.
Yeah.
I forgot the yellow line means we both say it. So it's been a week now since we recorded last week, and our situation has not improved as far as the computer. Like, I mean, the computer hasn't been fixed, but we've been making it work with our setup. It's doing it. Sadly, still no YouTube. And you know what? That was honestly, that's the hardest part of doing the podcast. I have to sit there for hours and let it render. So
You sound a little raspy.
I got a little bit of a post-nasal drip.
Mm-hmm.
Those antibiotics I took for my tooth did not fix.
But they're not meant for that.
Well,
yeah, sadly, they don't work on post-nasal drip, so too bad.
I mean, my tooth is better, yeah. If you want a root canal update, I'm cured.
Thank God.
And I'll be going back to get my tooth officially done
This Saturday.
this upcoming Saturday. So, yeah.
Could have had this fixed, folks. Don't let...
A year ago.
Don't trust the dentist.
Get a second opinion earlier.
Yeah, not that don't trust the dentist. I shouldn't say that. Just...
And don't waste your time going to the ears, nose, and throat doctor.
Well, yeah.
That's a whole nother story. That's like when we get a lifestyle podcast one day, we'll talk about this and we'll give you all of our advice on this.
Yikes.
But yeah.
Anyway.
So yeah, we're going to get...
entertainment.
Yeah. All right, let's get on to the news. I thought I found nothing, and then I ended up coming with 10 pieces of news.
What the hell?
Yeah, it was like one thing led to another. Like my For You page just kept finding stuff. A lot of Bravo news also. Why are you trying to read ahead?
I can. I'm just reading. I
thought you said I can.
No,
I'm like, I
said
yeah,
I can't.
you can.
I can't even read it.
All right, how many did you find?
I have probably 4 little nothings.
Okay, so how do we want to break it down?
However, I mean, you have 10. You could do 2, and for every 2, I'll do 1.
All right. Well, if I start one and it sounds like it's the one you have,
I don't think so.
Tell me to shut it down, and you can have.
No, I doubt you have the same ones as me.
Well, let's see if you got
this. These are
one.
some interesting randoms.
Hold on, I feel like I might have to sneeze. No, I'm good. See that post-nasal drip? Oh wait, my nose is tickling me. I haven't taken my allergy medicine.
Because sadly, I don't have. I should probably have Bravo, and I don't have any Bravo because.
Well, let me tell you, Bravo, blank Bravo.
Yeah, I know.
That's what my news is today.
I know, but here's the thing: I didn't bother to do Bravo because you had said you had Bravo, and
yeah,
so.
Bravo and a little bit of DC. Really would be a lot. Oh my God, sorry, my nose is like tickling me. It's making my eyes water and everything. Really should have taken that allergy medicine.
Go on.
So Bravo has renewed Below Deck Sailing,
Yay.
Below Deck Mediterranean,
Yay.
and Below Deck Down Under, and they all should be coming in 2023.
Oh, they're so good.
Yeah, so
There's
I figured
no
that one.
reason
Let me get that
not.
one for you because
There's no reason not to do that because they're all great.
Yeah, I mean, I never really see a Bravo show get canceled because even when you think about New York, well, New York isn't necessarily canceled. It took a break to reassess itself.
Here's the thing about these shows. These shows could go on for quite some time because I'll tell you why. Because they're not like the typical, you've run the gamut, you're done. Because of the way the shows are filmed, that it's like new guests coming on every week to be on the boat. It changes there's always something new happening. Yeah, it's not like, and then sometimes you don't always get the same people,
crew.
the same crew. Like they do have to end up changing it up. Like there was a couple of years with Captain Lee, he had the same chief stew for the whole thing, and it was up to maybe the last year or 2 that he finally got somebody new. And I like this new girl Asia with him. She's funny, she's good, but that they what they try to do is, here's the thing with them, they try to keep at least 2 people from a past season or something.
Sorry, I feel like my nose is a little stuffy, so I'm trying to breathe back here so it doesn't sound all stuffy up in the mic. You're good. Keep going.
They try to bring 2, either it's the chief stew and the bosun, or if they have a new bosun, they'll try to bring 2 crew members back again, just so that you feel some familiarity. Yeah. And it's always the captains are always the same, so that's always the tie-in. But these shows could go on, and they are just constant crack up. They're just a constant crack up, no matter how you slice it. So I think the more popular they become.
I'm just coming
back. She came back, but she came back real creepy, folks. Okay, go ahead with your next one.
All right, so my next piece is America Ferrera will be joining the cast of the Sony film Dumb Money, which is going to follow the time the GameStop stocks went up really high because of a bunch of internet trolls like started buying stock in it. So it jumped. Like this is an actual
GameStop.
GameStop.
It sounded
Do you
like
remember that?
Yeah, it sounded like you said GameStop.
Stock.
Yeah.
I think I got tripped up on it.
I think you left stop at, yeah. That was a big thing, yeah.
Yeah, Paul Dano, Seth Rogen,
The fact that they're making a movie out of this is like,
well, it's based on a book, I think.
Fine. It's just
Shelley
still-
Woodley, Anthony Ramos, Vincent D'Onofrio, Dane DeHeen, and Pete Davidson are also going to be in this movie. I only knew about this because I saw America Ferrera post on her Instagram, but I was like, okay. I mean, I don't think this is one that I'm going to go see in theaters, but if it's on a streaming service, I'll probably just watch it just to see. Do your piece of news now. I just did 2.
Oh, okay.
Because what do you have 4?
Yeah, I have like 4, but it's really it's really not news. But we went over to celebrate my nephew's birthday, her cousin, and
they know about Dean. We've talked about.
Yeah,
Dean.
no, I know that part.
I think we could drop him on a first name basis.
But we went to when we got there, he was watching the show The Watchers.
I think we might have mentioned that at the end of last week.
But so we didn't continue watching it because I'm not really like a suspense horror whatever.
No, that was like it was like a what did they say? It's a psychological thriller.
Yeah, I mean, I
don't like
them.
anything that can be too realistic.
Yeah, I mean, I don't dislike them, but
trying to look at outside. It's like gray and gloomy. You can't see Dill.
No, it's those stupid flying things. Anyway, so it's become very now because it's on Netflix and it's become very popular.
I thought it was an old show actually. Because they didn't say it was new when we were watching.
No, there was something.
And I realized
no, it is. It's become very popular on Netflix, and it is. It's about a house in a town in New Jersey, and apparently, it's becoming such a big thing that people are trying to, as they do, they want to see the realistic house and this and that.
Yeah.
And, and you were telling me too that you found a TikTok of a girl that lives in that area that said something about it's not
even the house.
It's not even the house. Like the house is not similar to it. It's not big. It's not this. Half of what they are saying is not even what happened.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy.
So yeah, like they were kind of pointing that out. So
yeah. I'll hear if anybody wants to go try to find it. I can't remember her name. I think her name might be Catherine. But if you're on TikTok or Instagram, you know her as the lady in the blue dress. Love her. Best safety tips ever out there. But so yeah, if you're wondering,
is she the one that did all those safety tips?
Yes, she's the same one. She wears her blue dress all the time. So that's, I know people will probably be like, oh, the girl in the blue dress, and she usually has like the little pearls on. It's her. I know her first name is Catherine, but I can't remember her last name. I think it starts with a P. So
yeah, I saw her with pearls.
She always has her pearls on.
Yeah,
but
dress. It was so like I guess it's a big thing now that the police have to be involved and they're trying to help the people in the house. So it's craziness. But off you go. That's it.
But as she walks away, because you can hear that you walked away. What are you doing?
Stupid things outside that I keep saying. I want to make sure it's outside.
All right, come back here. Because when you walk away and you look at something, it's fine because if I'm talking, but then you're gonna come back and you're gonna have the news that I mentioned last week.
No, I'm still listening. Where did I go? Timbuktu? I mean, come
on. No, but you're easily distracted. Alrighty, sit down. Did you get the New York cast names or no?
Nope.
Okay, I just want to make sure that was one. I felt like that one you might have got, but.
Nope.
All right, so we watched a couple of BravoCon episodes, and they announced the women of the new New York cast. It will have Sai De Silva, Uban Hassan, Erin Litchi, Lizzie Savitsky, Jessel Tank, Bryn Whitfield, and Jenna Lyons.
Lyons.
Damn it.
Lyons.
I think I was doing really good up until that one.
That was the easiest one,
Damn
too.
It.
Lyons, yeah. I watched a show with Jenna Lyons, like I was telling you.
And I think they also said there was one more that we haven't met yet. Who's gonna be a
he said there was one they had. Yeah.
Which I don't think it's gonna be like Leah or anybody like that. Like I don't
think
maybe
that's why they're not. Why?
I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of Leah.
It doesn't matter if you're a big fan. It's whether or not they're bringing her back. It ain't got nothing to do with you.
What? Yeah, you messed up the blinds.
God, I have to look at that now.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. I told you that I think this was actually a really good idea to do this because you could feel. Oh, now she's coughing.
I choked on my own spit. It's because I can't. Can
I
go
fix the blinds? Go fix the blinds. I'm going to tell you because I already told you about this privately. When they announced this, I said when they announced all these ladies, they announced them from all different like boroughs, right? They're boroughs in New York. Mm-hmm. So they announced them saying from Brooklyn, from the East Side, all the sides basically. And no, it's still not right. No. It's actually okay. Wait, no. Yes, you're right. No. Yes. It's the line in the window that was making me think it wasn't right. But I was saying, like, I think this is what they wanted. Like I guess you could call them the legacy now, New York ones. They never wanted to travel. They never wanted to do anything. So you had to start
such a big deal about going
in
to Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Yeah,
Oh my
I mean,
god!
that was the big thing when
As
in the
somebody who
first
could
season.
spend the whole entire day just driving around New York, this was like something we'd actively do in the past. It's really not that big of a deal. Like they are so close to everything, especially when you don't have to drive. They don't drive.
Yeah.
They don't even drive. They get the little
Car
they get Ubered
services.
around. So why are you even complaining about?
Yeah, I don't understand either because it was a big thing when
Ramona,
not Ramona so much. Well, she made a big deal of it, but
Sonia too.
when the one Alex that was on the first season, she lived in Brooklyn, and they made such a big deal like going to Brooklyn, blah blah. Blah. I'm like, hey, it's over a bridge, like, but not like
Totally not.
it's not like it's like 5,000 miles and then over a bridge and then 17,000. It's like literally over the bridge, like
It's really like,
and it's very. I think they're realizing that like Brooklyn, like there's certain areas like Dumbo and stuff that have come up, and
yeah.
it's like
I think this will be good. I think it seems
Yeah.
like a very like diverse cast of different women. They looked like they were different age
See,
ranges, but in the
I
same
think
age.
I think the Legacy group were a different type of
New York.
New York
They
housewife.
were the
Yeah,
elite
they
upper class.
they were.
I think these are going to be more normal.
Yeah, I think these are more Leah type girls.
Yes.
And some that are more like, maybe they're high fashion and whatever, but
Mhm.
they're more like Bethany, where I could see Bethany maybe going to Brooklyn and stuff like that. Like they're more those kind
Yeah.
of like where
I
these
think,
guys were
like-
very classic old school New York
Yeah.
housewives that,
And I
they
think
didn't
that's
leave
very
their
different
they didn't leave their area.
from New York to other ones. Is at least like Beverly Hills, like obviously they brought Crystal in, and listen, they do fight with Crystal, but they do entertain her stuff. And I think like they are like ushering in the younger ones, and some of them are willing to do it. New York was just not willing to change. New York was stuck
Yeah.
in their ways. So I think separating it, giving them a legacy show, I'm gonna put my bet that they'll probably put that legacy show on Peacock. Will be good because it's sad to see this because Sonia and every one of them, they all
But
had their
here's what I-
issues, but they
here's
were
what
still
I-
fun at the end
Here's
of the
what I don't
day.
understand. Yeah, I think they'll be on Peacock as well. But here's my thing. If they changed the cast because they were claiming the cast was not, because the show was not doing well, I mean, what's going to be the difference in putting them on Peacock?
No, it wasn't
Like, do you know
that,
what I'm saying? Like,
but
they were.
it was. I think it was not that the cast wasn't doing well. It was the cast was really not doing well once they brought Leah and Tinsley in and Ebony because they were too young for these older women. Let them be
No,
these
I
older
know, but
women
that's
that
what I'm saying,
can
like,
just hang by themselves
I
and
guess.
don't try to make don't try to usher in the young girls because that's not what these guys are gonna want to do.
I guess, yeah.
And I think that will be a drastic thing because sadly people they announce these girls and they're like, I don't want this. I want Sonia and Luann and Ramona and da-da-da."
Well, it'll be interesting to see if now that they've separated them, whose show does better.
Yeah.
I think people will watch the new one just out of curiosity. I know I will, just to see who they are. And I like the one girl, Jenna. So she's real neurotic, and I really like. She's just so kooky. I like her. The last one you said, loins.
Yeah. Like, come on.
All right, go ahead.
All right. My next piece is also New York related. Luann, Sonia, they're going to have a spin-off show called
I heard that.
Welcome to Crappy Lake, and that's going to premiere in 2023, which is very exciting. I think they'll do good. I think it's so funny, though, them two being together because of the whole, like, you didn't pay me, but now they are, like, constantly working together.
Well, they're old school friends and stuff, but it's supposed to be like a riff on, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but probably not, but I watched it when it was actually on. Nicole Richie and Paris Hilton, A Simple Life. They had a reality show. It was like back when reality shows were just kind of starting out, and they lived like on a farm, and
I think
I've
never seen it, but I know
they would do like
clips.
odd jobs and like weird. It was really.
I think they
weird.
would do really good with that.
It was like celebrity, like they were kind of, because they were so rich in like these weird settings, and it was just funny to see. And I think that's what this is supposed to be kind of like. So I think it'll be interesting to see those two ladies out of their element and put into.
And I think they're good. They're going to be an interesting duo because Sonia drinks way too much and Luann doesn't drink at all.
I think, oddly enough, I think Luann will adapt better to whatever the situations are, because I think as much as she seems high class, I think
since going to jail, she's taken it down a notch. I think jail actually did Luann some justice. Not justice, like helped her basically. Like made her more likable, because I will say Luann post jail is a more like, listen, the Countess whole act
Well,
is
she
very
lived a
funny,
different
but
life back then, and
yeah,
now it's not.
now she kind of is like, oh crap.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and take your next piece. And then I
Uh,
still got more Bravo news. Well, one more, two more Bravo news. Oh my god.
so I was looking for something on Netflix, and I found The School of Good and Evil on
Oh
Netflix.
yes, I've heard about this.
It's I don't I was kind of excited about it because it looked kind of cute and interesting, like where it's about like obviously students that come to a school and they learn how to
Yeah.
do their villain or their hero, whatever. And I mean, obviously it's Netflix, so they're not tied into any
Real
franchise
names.
per se. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're saying that it's not going to pass the franchise building test. Like it's
Oh,
just
like
not.
it's not
Yeah.
gonna
Like
expand.
they were talking about, the director was talking about like I guess possible sequels, and they're like, I guess like the reviews are
Reception.
saying,
No.
yeah, no, that you could have had something good here, but you didn't really fly with it properly. So, and the girl Sophia Wiley from Your High
Yeah,
School
from High School
Musical,
Musical
she's
Musicals
going to
in it.
be
That's
in
why I
it.
was gonna check it out because I really liked
Yeah,
her, and I was
and
thinking
I think
maybe
Sophia Carosa, I think
Carson.
she, no, Carosia. I think she was one of the ones from. I'm thinking of Carson from Pretty
That's
Little
Pretty Liars
Liars.
Carson.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, so I don't know who this other girl is, but in that same type news, speaking of High School Musical, I linked it all together. I also found something in like a weird roundabout way about Vanessa Hudgens finally commenting on why she was in front of the High School
Oh
Musical
yeah,
high school. She said that she just was
was there.
her boyfriend had a game. He's a baseball player in Arizona, and she had to rent a car and had to kill the day. So she's like, "Let me go back and take a picture for nostalgic reasons." But she did say, whoever was interviewing her said, of course, everybody thought you were going to be participating in the High School
Yeah.
Musical, the musical, whatever, and doing a cameo with the rest of like, Corbin and all of them. And
Yeah.
she said, well, I haven't been asked. So she
I
said,
wonder
but
if they just think
she's,
don't ask them.
I don't know, but she said, never say never. She says, it's in the hands of God. Like I would never say never.
Well,
So
that's good.
that's not a no. That's
No.
so maybe her saying that might provoke them to
Yeah,
be
like I
like,
wonder if they just think that like Vanessa Hudgens, Ashley Tisdale, Zac Efron are just too big and they wouldn't come back. But
because
I
then they
think
also
they
explained,
would.
they were talking about why Zac Efron did it, like because they said it was just like
It
within the
was they
time
happened
frame.
literally like
And she
almost back
said
to back.
something like, I'm just an innovator or something. And I think he just jumped on it too, like because then it started becoming a thing for
Yeah.
them all to take a picture in front of it. But yeah,
So well,
so that's it.
that's.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not negative. That's kind of
No, I'm still
positive.
gonna try to watch it because I think it still looks cute, and
It's a movie
it's
or
a
it's a show.
movie. It's
Movie.
2.5 hours, and they said they really had something where they could have, obviously you can understand why Netflix would want to try to get in on the whole like Disney,
Yeah. Why not
superhero
try to?
situation on their angle, but they could because it's more like a like not a sci-fi, but like kind of sci-fi, like fairy tale,
Yeah, I thought it was
that
more
angle
like
they're
fairy tale,
going.
like
Yeah,
princesses
because they
and.
said like they could have went on like the Once Upon a Time
Mhm.
type of angle, and probably should have, and they would have been able to maybe do more with it because they said there is like a little bit of like a Sleeping Beauty theme in there that
Mhm.
you can see. So I don't know, but it looks cute. I'll probably still give it a whirl.
All right. Heather and Terry Dubrow
I
have
know this is
sold their
just
iconic house for $55 million, making this the largest sale in OC this year and the third highest sale of all time in OC history. And they'll be moving into a penthouse that they bought in LA, which have left fans to think that she may not come back next season.
I don't understand why they did that.
Because I looked at it, I was like, really? How far is LA? It's like an hour away. Like, that's a reasonable thing to be like, yeah, I'm not coming to film with you. Like, not New York style, how they're like, it's only like 20 minutes. This is like an hour and a half away from like LA to where she used to live.
I just don't
So, like,
understand why like she's doing that unless she's moving to the cast of Beverly Hills.
oh, maybe they switch her out for Taylor. Imagine.
Or somebody else.
I don't know. I mean, maybe this is just where she's going to be temporarily. Like, I mean, but they bought a penthouse there.
Yeah, I don't
Because she
know.
said she did it because the kid's in college, but I don't.
But she just, I mean, I know they've been in that house for quite some time, but like, I mean, I just don't understand why she's leaving that house. Like,
Yeah.
that's just insane.
I don't know. I was like, uh-oh, I'm about to start.
Well,
And
there
she's
were
like
there were rumors too about them, and I
cheating or
yeah,
breaking up or
getting
something like
breaking
that.
up or something like that. But I
But
don't
she
think so.
denied them in the Bravo
Yeah, I don't
content
think
we
she'll.
watched.
I
So,
don't. Yeah.
and then Javicia Leslie, who plays Batwoman on the TV show, she's going to be starring as Red Death in the final season of The Flash. I have no clue what that means, but I don't know if they're going to address maybe like what's going on with Batwoman because that show got canceled without getting to do an ending. I don't know. I mean, here's my thing. I think, in my opinion, the Flash is so multiversal, crossover. You should get all the little shows that got canceled. This one, like Legends. I think that was
This is
it.
the end of Flash too.
Yeah, final
Wow.
season for Flash. So I think they should get those people and let them have like a little story. Like I know this is the Flash and it's not his job, but he was such like a pinnacle. Like he was the main reason for most of the crossovers. Was like
Mhm.
he was always at center. So I feel like come back and give them a chance to
Yeah.
end their story. But yeah, so that'll be interesting. I don't know. We'll have to try to. I don't even. Where is the Flash? Where are we, Netflix? I think it's Netflix. No,
Yeah.
no, not CW. But I mean, like, where can you
Yeah.
catch up on it? Because the CW app doesn't have everything. By the way, CW app. Just want to throw this in there. I downloaded it for Kung Fu. Can't wait to talk about the Kung Fu. Yeah, everybody's gonna be super surprised by what I did. But season 3 of Kung Fu, I went to go see it. Download the CW app on the TV or whatever. They have some weird old shows on there. They have Scream Queens, which I didn't think was a CW show.
Yeah, I think it was.
Powerless, the Vanessa Hudgens show, which we never finished, but maybe I'll watch that because I looked at the cast. I'm like, oh, that's like an interesting
Why
cast.
did we not finish that?
I think we just forgot about it, and then it got canceled. And they also had a 90210 OMG
Yeah, I've seen that.
cast tell all or something,
Mhm.
which it has a bunch of weird
Yeah, it always had weird stuff on it.
things that app, and that's just
I
the CW. That's not even. I know the CW seed has even weirder stuff.
Mhm.
Okay, take it away.
My simple one.
Simple one.
No, this is just a little simple one. Love is Blind 3 is back. I did do the first 4 episodes. I did not review it in this week's recap just because it was like kind of last minute. Threw it in there last night.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, then you'll probably be done for a while. Be able to
what I'm
recap the whole
hoping
season
is
next
they
week.
put up 4 episodes.
Oh, is it
and
weekly?
No, I don't. I'm not sure how they're doing it because it is a Netflix show, and I don't think that like I missed 4 weeks worth of it because I looked.
No, it
No,
just came out.
yeah, no, it definitely just came out because I looked. I just looked at the beginning of the week and it wasn't there, and then when I went yesterday, I'm like, wait, maybe it's coming out now. There was 4 episodes, so I don't know if they just gave you the 4 because what they did was the episodes that you got were them in the pods, and then they're like they after they come out of the pods, they send them to like a resort where they just get to see each other in person and they spend like 2 or 3 days together, like, and then they have like an ending of like where everybody gets together that was in the that made it as a couple.
How many episodes are they typically?
I forget what they used to be, but there was a decent amount because it's for a month that before they get actually married or go to the process of getting married. They stopped it right before they're going to go meet the
Each
family.
other.
Yeah, well, no, they're going to take them to meet their families, which is always sorry, it starts playing. Sorry, which is always just interesting. But let's see what season 1 had. 8, 9, 10. No, I know they had a lot.
Whoa,
14. And that's after. Actually, it's like 13. No, this is all after the altar. And that's the reunion. So it's 10. So maybe they did them in blocks.
Like half?
I
Like
think
half
what they
and
did
half?
was, I think they did like 4, and then you got the
Reunion.
the final, which is, I think it's a part 1 and 2, I think. So they could have done it like that. So that's
maybe next week you get the
so
next
that's what I'm thinking.
4.
Maybe I'll do the next one. I'll do like a whole thing because it is a little bit easier because sadly, like, not that they don't do much, but
Yeah, we used to be like,
it
so
is
and so got together.
yeah, and then it's like, so it would be easier to do it as one lump sum thing, but it was I do like the pairs, I will say, that are together. I think there's good potential in some of them, and some of them you could see where it's not going to go well, but you hope for the best. But this group, in a weird way, is acknowledging that they know what they're doing here, that they're all looking for a spouse.
Like they know about the show. Like now they're all aware about it.
I think they know what the show is about, and not that the people before in 1 and 2 didn't know, but
well, obviously 1 didn't really know the true
what it is I'm saying is like these groups are acknowledging the fact that it's weird from you. Yes, you got to know this person without seeing them, and you fell in love with them without seeing them, but now you have to take that image or whatever you had in your head of the person you didn't see,
Yeah, get rid of.
and match it up with the actual person in front of you. And like a lot of them like what they seen, they were all happy with that, but it was like just still weird to like put that whole person into this person.
Yeah, because I was telling you about the one Haley Kyoko's girlfriend Becca Tilly
Yeah.
was doing that. Like she said on her Instagram she put her back to the TV while she watched the show and made her own description to see how well she could guess what they
Yeah.
looked like.
Some of them said they had no picture of what the person looked like in their head, and then some of them said, yeah, they did kind of had a little bit of something, but they don't. They all seem attracted to each other, which is good because when they don't have that, you can spot that a mile away. But they all said
Oh,
that
I have to ask you something once you're done.
the thing is that it's still like weird to
Mhm.
like put it all together now. But they're all like talking about it, which the last groups talked about it off camera to like you saw it in their confessionals, but you never saw them like address it with one another.
Yeah.
Like don't think I don't like you, but it's just this is weird for me right now, and I'm just adjusting. Like so, they're all kind of conscious, which I think will help
But
them
you know,
last.
the
maybe
TV show might have seen that.
I
Maybe they
think
would have seen that.
some people
Fans would have
learned. Yeah.
enjoyed that.
Well, I think people learned from this.
Speaking of confessionals, did you get to the episode where the guy put the eye drops in his eye to make him look like he was crying? No?
No, he didn't put them. No, it does look like that. That's not what he did.
Okay, no, I saw
He
that
was-
on Instagram.
He was very upset. I liked him. He was a real smooth talker. And I liked him for this one girl that she did not pick him and she picked this other guy that I don't think they're going to work out. And it's a shame. They show him in the upcoming things, him coming back and meeting with her. And like, he still wants to be with her. He was very upset. He was putting them in. And I thought he was doing that at first.
Well, because somebody said, like, the way they saw the clip, was like, were they supposed to leave this clip in the show? Because it doesn't seem like it should be on the show.
He
But
said he was very upset that because he asked her to marry him and she said no. She picked the other guy. She shouldn't have picked the other guy. But he said, hold on a minute. And he put eye drops in his eyes and they weren't coming down his face. So that's the thing. And he said, okay, I'm good now. We're good now, or something like that. And it looked like that's what he was doing, like trying to make because he said, are you, the guy, the producer said something like, are you upset or what's going on? And he said, hold on a minute. And he
like laughed. And I think that's why I think people
he came back and he said, okay, I'm good now or whatever. But I think he was laughing because he was so upset that because then he said to him, they were filming
also when
he
you
said,
do something
can
weird like that, you put eye drops.
Well, he said to them, he said, can I put eye drops in my eyes again? Is this going to be a problem? And I was like, no, do you need it? And he's like, yeah. I think he's like me where he wears contacts and whatever his eye, he says, yes, he goes, if your eyes are irritated, he goes, yes, my eyes are killing me because I think he was crying.
Yeah.
So I think that's what he was trying to put the eye drops in to calm the redness.
No, yeah. Well, I just saw I guess my clip was out of context that I saw.
No, absolutely. But I watched it and I was like, wait, what is this Joker doing? Is he like, he's trying to be funny? Like he really wasn't in this, but no, he was, yeah, but I think he was like upset in the whole thing. So yeah, I'm curious to see how that plays out. That'll be interesting.
Alrighty. Black Adam opened this past week and earned $140 million in the worldwide box office. This is now The Rock's biggest domestic opening weekend in a leading role. He was $67 million.
Yeah, he was so excited for this.
He really is.
I'm glad it did well.
I do want to go see it. I don't know when we'll go see it because we have a busy week this week.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we'll get around to see it. By the time we're gonna get around to it, it's gonna be on HBO Max. As long as it comes up before we get rid of it for Titans, we'll be good. But I do want to see it, and whenever we do see it, we'll definitely discuss it because I think he himself has said this is like going to be the new age of DC. This is going to be the starting point for it, and I think that's what it needs is a new age. And I think he's really passionate about it, and that's the number one thing. And I talked about that in Kung Fu about the cast. I think it does so well. When I get to Kung Fu, I'll share that. But he is so passionate about this movie that it's like, yeah, I think The Rock is passionate about all the movies that he's ever done. Like even the Titans
he's really
game,
excited about this one.
When we watched the Titans game TV show, like there's just people like doing this, but you could tell he just really loved that. And I actually do want to watch.
I don't think he does. To be honest with you, I don't think he does anything that he doesn't like to do because
I want to see that show Young Rock too.
Because even when he was The Rock, I mean, I watched him in that moment at that time.
I had The Rock wrestling figure. Remember that? Remember my wrestling figure?
Yeah, well, when you were born, you were watching Thursday Night SmackDown or whatever it was. You were sitting there, so or whatever that was. I think it was SmackDown or something. I was big time wrestling. I went 9 months pregnant to WrestleMania to watch The Rock. So but he was like, you know what it is? He's never embarrassed about what he does. He takes it very seriously.
Mhm.
He puts his all into it, and that's why I think people like him.
He's very
Because
genuine.
yeah, I mean, he doesn't do things if he's not going to do it
Yeah.
100%. And that's
Moana
like,
too.
yeah, that's what
another
I'm
big
saying.
one.
Like even after more, like some people are like, oh, that's so silly that you did that. But like he did all those videos with his daughter and all
yeah.
like that. Like he's very proud of what
I
he
think
yeah.
his oldest daughter is now getting into wrestling or something, I
Yeah.
think, as well. But he said that he took note from like the wrestling. He's actually using that to like forward this like DC stuff, like listening to the fans. Like it's important that you listen to that.
Mhm.
And that's always, and I think that's why Marvel's doing good, because they're really listening to fans right now about what people want and giving them fan service. And that
Mhm.
will always pay off big. Even if the story's crappy, people will overlook it and they'll be like, fan service? Sure. Next one. I don't know if you remember these girls.
Mhm.
Sophia Grace from Sophia Grace and Rosie.
Mhm.
They're on the Ellen Show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sophia Grace is expecting her first child. That girl is like 19.
Well, that's a shame though, 'cause she is a little too young. But
Crazy.
they are much. Yeah, it's hard to believe that they're that old now at this point.
When she
but
said that, I was like, oh my God.
she's
But
got no business having a baby.
yeah, she's only like 3 years younger than me. Oh God. But I was like, I feel like that's something we have to report on because, whoa. Did you stop reading my news? Where's your news? Get your news. I just read two.
I only have one left.
All right, well, read your last piece of news and stop reading mine.
Well, so my last piece of news is Channing Tatum is.
Oh.
Thank you, Sissy, for joining in on that.
She'll go see it with you.
Yeah, she's given the middle-aged ladies what they want. Magic Mike, The Last Dance.
Sissy is a senior.
She's
7.
She is. Yeah, she'll come. She's a little bit of a dancing gal. Look at her. There she goes.
Look at she's doing tricks.
Yeah, he's doing one last stint, and it's coming out, of course, for Valentine's Day weekend. How apropos!
And Vinny Guadagnino's gonna be in it.
I hope not. Is he?
What? He said he was such a big deal.
Yeah,
that's why it was a joke. It's a joke.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I was just seeing if you'd catch on to that. Do that.
No, I didn't. Yeah, we'll talk of Vinny later.
Oh God,
yeah, that's all I got. I had a lot of work this like outside job work, so I didn't have enough news time. So,
but guess what?
I didn't have enough news time, sleep time.
Champ for when we get to our TV shows.
Yeah, no, still no.
No.
No, I don't think so.
All right.
Good luck
I have
with that.
my last two pieces of news.
Mhm.
All right, I'm gonna flip them around. Teresa Giudice said she did not sign a prenup for this guy.
Of course she didn't, because she's
You're a
foolish.
fool. Number 2, the Jane Fonda Climate Pack will be hosting a Grace and Frankie live reunion on Friday, October 28th. And during the event, Jane Fonda, Lily Tomlin, and other cast members are going to do a live reading of some of the best episodes. And to join, they suggest that you make a donation of $22 so you can join this virtual event.
Listen, I got to go back to Teresa for a second.
Oh.
I think it's so silly not to do a prenup, because here's my thing. It doesn't mean you love the person any less. It just means you're protecting your children's future. Because maybe if you didn't have any kids or anything like that, but these are kids from another marriage.
And she's got 4.
Yeah. Sorry. These are kids from it's always the same people that come. Yeah, always same people. You're protecting your kids from a different marriage with money that you really worked hard to bring yourself back up to a certain level that you were at. I mean, she worked really hard to get back where she was. So, I mean, it's not like she married him and then acquired this money. Like, this is stuff that she worked hard to get. So it should go to her kids. I'm not saying it shouldn't go to him too, but you can make a clause for that however you want to do it. But you should have something in place that your money goes to them if something were to happen or something. I don't know. I just feel like you should have something in place that protects the kids.
All right. Well, you complain about that. I love Jane Fonda, but I'm going to complain about the Grace and Frankie thing. I wish it wasn't a live table reading of the best episodes. I think it would have been cuter to have them do like a Zoom meeting. Like, I know COVID's, I guess, over in some people's eyes, but something like that where they like have Grace and Frankie react to the pandemic and the separation and things like that. Because I think they'd be really funny with that.
Yeah.
Or just like another bonus episode where they're all on like trips or something separate. Or I don't know. I don't know. Like a live table reading. If it wasn't that, I would have been like, oh, if they're doing like a mystery bonus episode, I would have said, oh, let's donate $22, because it's going to charity and climate change.
So apparently she's keeping her $22.
Yeah, I am. Probably.
I don't know. I get suckered into that stuff.
I know, but I'll
I'll
have to see.
randomly call her up and tell her there's a calf that needs new hooves, and I have to send $25.
Yeah, but maybe
A
we'll
sheep
join.
lost his tail. I have to send $25 to Woodstock Sanctuary, and I do. It's
And
just the way it is.
But yeah, no, I don't know. I just wish it wasn't something like that. Also, I think too, a reunion feels like it should be somewhere down the line. Like it hasn't even been a year since season 7 finished airing.
Yeah.
So that's like the only thing too. It's like it just finished. I mean, for them, I feel like they finished filming a long time ago, so maybe it's longer.
Yeah.
All right,
I hear you.
it's Wheel of Watching time. I almost forget about it every time.
This is not mine. I just have to do one thing before we start that.
Uh-oh.
This is just a little too. Excuse me if you hear any shattering earth moves. I just have to just a smidge. It's just too close to my leg that I feel like I'm going to get
Okay,
yelled at,
you're
and I'm just not going to get yelled at.
All right, Wheel of Watching time. Here's our options.
Yay. I don't know what that
Your
was.
favorite Peacock original show. Your favorite competition show. Are you reading my answers?
I can't see anything.
Least favorite
Stop
CW
it.
show.
I have your answers on my own Google Doc. What
Favorite housewife franchise. A movie that needs a TV show spinoff. Favorite movie franchise that's not Marvel, DC, or Star Wars. Favorite Pixar movie. Best cast. A character that stole a show and a character that has the best one-liners. Turn that sound up. Let's see if it's going to spin.
The wheel of watching. Well, it did do it, but it just was real slow spin. I'm not going to lie.
Your favorite movie franchise that's not Marvel, DC, or Star Wars. Or spin again.
Favorite? Well, I don't know.
I feel like we answered this question.
You think we did?
I feel like we did, but it's not marked on my paper that we did.
No, I don't think we did answer that, to be honest with
It
you.
would be in the movie category.
Yeah, I'm just shimmying down there. Favorite movie franchise?
I think it's closer to the bottom. Yeah, there you go. You have one.
Oh, yeah, I have one
too. All right, go ahead. You can go first.
Obviously, Twilight series. I can remember when I watched the Twilight series, I was a latecomer to that, and you were sleeping, and you were little.
I was 8 when it first premiered.
Yeah, but I didn't watch it then. You were probably like...
Yeah, but we had to have watched New Moon, I think came out in 2008 because I was a big Taylor Lautner fan.
Yeah, you were young. You were definitely young, and you were sleeping.
Like 8 or 9.
And I watched Twilight. Yeah, I don't think all the other ones were out yet.
I think... Well, I don't know because I know I had a lot of New Moon merch because I had that. Yes, remember that T-shirt with Taylor Lautner?
I think New Moon had just come out. That was the second one.
And we had went to. Do you remember the Burger King cups and all the Burger King food?
But the last two
were not out. No. So you weren't that late.
No. But Twilight had been out for a while, and I should have been on. No. But I don't know what made
2006 maybe Twilight came out.
Yeah, it was one day I was just watching it. I saw it come on, and I'm like, I got nothing else. I'm like, let me watch it. I was.
No, 2008 is when Twilight. Maybe the other one came out in 2009.
Maybe.
Yep, 2009.
But
so I was technically 8.
Yeah, I was hooked. Well, for me to watch it on TV meant it was already on. Like I had, or I don't. Maybe I watched it on like an HBO or something.
It could have been ABC. You know when a new movie comes out and ABC has the rights to an old, I guess, Freeform now. Sorry.
Like, I think it was maybe. I
could see it like that. Like I could see them airing it and like prep for the new moon. You know when they always do that crazy stuff.
I watched it and man, I was hooked. I was hooked to the point that I had to go and get the books from the library because I could not wait
going to get the books.
For the movie. And I read those books any chance I got. I was reading those books all the time. I mean, they're big books, and I was just like, I couldn't wait for the movies. I had to like know what was going on.
Yeah.
And of course, the books were obviously better. Then the movie was good, but the books were better because they gave you.
You never read that other book, right? The one that they re-released from Edward's point of view.
No, I know. I would get around to it eventually. And then they also had prequels or
there was another.
There was a couple of different.
Was it about the kid or the daughter?
Yeah, there was a couple that came out that I haven't gotten into yet, but
well, that was way years after when the franchise
I think I was kind of just like over it. But yeah, that was good stuff. Twilight.
Yeah, I had a giant, I guess Jacob poster down in my playroom.
I mean, they did really, really good with it. Yeah, they really did. The casting and everything was good, and I think they really did well. And what's her name? Bryce Dallas Howard. She was one of the
Oh yeah,
vampires
she
in the
was.
first one.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh
And
my.
yeah, you. I mean, unless you were going to
I
ask the
picked
cats to.
Rocky / Creed
Oh yeah, right. That's a good one.
because we watched this during quarantine. It's just been on my I have a whole list of movies that I wanted to watch, and I still have to do them. This was one of them, and I finally pulled the plug because they were all on HBO, and it was just it's some of the listen, some old movies you can watch and they hold up, but this one it just held up. Like it had
Oh yeah,
it was
no.
a good nostalgia. It was
Rocky
so
stands the
good.
test of time.
And listen, even the ones where they say, "Oh, they're not good," like Rocky
They were still
5,
good.
it was still good in my
Entertaining.
opinion.
Yeah, it was still entertaining.
And Creed and all that
Mhm.
were just as good. And I am excited for the third one because
I'm not.
I think it's still going to be good. I think
I
it should
don't know.
end with this one though.
I don't like the storyline. Like I don't. Not, okay, so here's my thing. I think this is
I think
where
Jonathan Majors is going to do great.
I think this is where my beef is. I think my beef is I'm expecting Rocky, and I know he's not coming.
Mhm.
I know he's not going to have anything to do with it.
I think,
But I feel like
yeah.
they
Pause.
need
I
to
have an idea.
tie it
To
in
Rocky.
somehow a
Yeah.
little bit, just a little bit. Not so much Rocky, but like
Creed at least.
yeah, at least a Creed. And it's like this is like the person that he's fighting is so far removed from
Yeah, it's like a childhood friend.
yeah,
or
it's like a weird
something.
childhood friend that got in trouble,
Which
and
I know.
I don't know. He left
I
him.
can't remember
I
his
don't know.
name.
Like
Who was the guy? The other guy. One of the other guys that Rocky fought. Clubber Lang. Clubber Lang. I can't remember his name now.
Yeah.
Him. A lot of people said, "Oh, that would be the
That's what
person he
I
was gonna
thought. It was
fight."
going to be his kid or
Maybe
something.
that would be like the
I
reveal or
don't know. I
something in
thought
the
it,
end or something. Like that would be the reveal.
no, because they make it sound like he knew
He
him,
knew him, but maybe
and
he
he
doesn't
let him
know
go
he
to
knew
jail,
Steve's.
and so
I don't know.
It's just
Yeah, but I'm just saying maybe that's like a secret subplot or something. I know they
Mm.
said they wanted this one to be removed from Rocky, and I think the issue was.
I think they're going to be sorry they did that.
I think. Well, I don't think. What's his name? The actor.
Sylvester Stallone?
Yes. He doesn't really want to keep going with the Rocky franchise anymore.
But
Like
he
he
doesn't
thinks people are
have to.
milking it.
He doesn't have to, but I feel like if you're gonna do these characters, you can't go so far
Yeah.
and not include
I
anything.
think the first one, it was good. You needed Rocky in there. I think the second one, they should have pulled him back a little bit. So then when you came to the third one, it didn't feel like it just
Yeah, it's like it's just that it
gone. He's just gone. So I think
Yeah.
they needed the second one to have been a transition movie. I mean, they kind of, but a little bit better.
Even if it was something like a Rocky's son that they opened a gym together, or they went to business
Yeah, I
or
don't know.
something.
I mean,
Somehow
I'll
you
still
pulled
probably
it
watch
in.
it.
I don't know. Yeah,
It will still probably be.
I
It looks
guess.
good, and Tessa Thompson. So, always win. All right, it's time to talk about our shows.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's first discuss what we've watched this week.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to go first?
You can go first. I always go first.
All right, I watched Abbott Elementary episode 5. You were kind of here in the presence for that,
I don't remember any of it.
but you were out cold. She fell asleep on the couch. And then I watched Kung Fu episode 3 to 13 of season 2. I finished it, and I would have pulled out for season 3, but I was getting tired and I had to go to sleep. What? Hi, sissy.
Don't wake her up.
Oh, I'm
I was
sorry.
just showing you how cute she looks.
So yeah, I have those. So I do only still have technically 2 shows, but I did finish Kung Fu, and that's all.
Just make sure there's no hair in my coffee.
And that's all that matters is I finished Kung Fu. Well, kind of finished Kung Fu. I guess I finished season 2. Because how long have it's been 3 weeks I've been dragging out season 2 of Kung Fu at this point. I'm going on my 3rd week here. But the last 2 weeks, I said I had 2 seriously traumatic weeks. 1 week, the cat didn't go to the bathroom.
Oh my god, again with that.
The 2nd week, I had a tooth infection and my computer broke. That's that kind of stuff that makes you want to get on the floor and cry and not get back up. So, yeah, but now I'm better.
Hooray.
Hooray.
Okay, what else did you watch?
No, that's it. My baby.
Well, at least he's saying something sweet to her instead of get the F off.
You're so annoying.
Yeah. So at least he's being sweet to her. We should be happy, right? Neighbors being good. Okay.
I
I
guess.
watched,
All right, yes. So what did you watch?
I watched Kardashians. I believe it was episode 5.
Yeah.
I watched Dancing with the Stars.
I watched that one too.
2-night event.
So I did watch that.
Yeah. True. Real Girlfriends in Paris. I also did my Below Deck. I had 2 episodes behind. I caught up on those. My Days of Our Lives, of course, all week.
Probably doesn't ever stop with them.
No, it's never going to stop, and I pray it never does.
No, I mean,
And
like, it doesn't even sound like the actors get a break.
and no, they really don't. They
I think
don't.
they live in that studio.
The only time I think they get a break is
Holidays?
holidays, but I think it's only because they pre-film.
Oh,
And
so they
then,
work extra hard to
yeah,
get a
but
break.
also here's the thing. Sometimes characters will have like a big story arc and then
Disappear.
other ones won't, so they can go on like
a
like a break
yeah.
and then they come back and stuff. So it is
Not everybody's getting
kind
possessed
of,
by the devil.
yeah, it's kind of like that. But and then of course I did a little, 4 episodes of Love is Blind, which I'll, we'll touch on that later, but
Next
everything
week.
else was gone. And I also threw a whole lot of YouTube in there because I'm so far behind on my YouTubes, but yeah.
Yeah, I watched some YouTube. I was actually really TikToking it up this week.
Mhm.
TikToky.
Alrighty.
Who's going first? How many do you have? You said 4?
No, 3. 3.
So do you want to go? I go, then we'll do
Yeah.
Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
Then I go. Then you finish it off.
Wait, if I go, then you go.
Then you would technically Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
I just throw a little bit in there.
Oh yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
All right, take it away then.
So Kardashians. I'm really liking the Kardashians. I'm just a little perplexed. I gotta be honest because
What? You didn't hear him? He goes, ow.
Oh, whatever. I don't want to hear about him.
But it sounds like they threw the child into the wall.
It sounds like the child's throwing him into the wall. Anyway,
I think you might.
Stay focused.
Sorry.
She's obsessed with the neighbors, and this is
I have
nothing.
a hyperfixation.
Yeah, it's nothing new. She did this in our last apartment.
Oh,
Don't move near us because if you're our neighbor, she will become.
Well, just be quiet. Be respectful.
They're playing. Okay?
I don't give a damn what they're doing.
I'm not going to. I don't want to discuss this on the podcast again. I don't want to keep bringing this up. I'm over it.
All right, go.
I'm over them because they interrupt us every time.
I know,
but only because you let them. Just let them be in the background. They're background noise now.
Oh, my laptop. You're fine.
Oh yeah,
Lion King.
Rob Minkoff.
Rob Minkoff. Crystal's here.
Are you there?
Crystal, where are you? We're so sorry what we said about you on the podcast, Crystal. We take it back.
Sounds like somebody fell. I've got to imagine he's holding her up in the air like Lion King, like Simba. I think he is.
See, and you said we can't let them distract him. How are we not supposed to when Rob Minkoff's over there?
It's all quiet. Either she's down and we don't know where she is.
He threw Simba off the cliff.
Anyway.
Okay, I'm sorry. So, this is just something, and I they're going to be like, people are going to be like, I can't even hear that. You might wish you did hear that because that was so funny.
Wait, is he doing it?
I don't know. I can't put your ear on the wall.
No, I'm not. Anyway.
All right,
so
come on.
Kardashians start with Kris coming out of surgery from her hip.
God, she's been having this hip surgery for
she was, yeah, it kind of was a little talked about, but this was the actual, she actually had the hip surgery and she came out of it fine. She did well. She didn't take any pain medications, they were saying. So yeah. Wow. Well, she said I signed too many papers that I can't be on any narcotics, which I could totally see. But
that's true.
Khloe's there with her and they're discussing that they should possibly get their boobs done together. I'm like, I can't ever imagine having like a discussion like that.
Kris and Khloe?
Yeah, I can't ever imagine having a discussion with you like, hey, maybe we should do like a joint boob rejuvenation type thing. And
well, I hate to tell you, I signed us up for one next week. That's why our schedule's so damn busy.
I mean, I wouldn't say no, but I know that stuff's painful. So yeah,
I can't with them when they're singing and music.
And then look, I'm just happy no one's getting beat or yelled at. So let's just go with that.
No, true.
And then they start to have these weird conversations about death and cremation and how they all want to be cremated, and they're actually contemplating buying like crypts or whatever you call it to put themselves in, and they're saying that at this rate, with the size of their family and the amount of kids that each one of the kids are having, they're going to need their own building. And I tend to agree with them that they may actually need their own their own building.
Yeah, I mean,
this is what started the death talk, was somehow they segued into the death talk after saying that the part of her bone that they removed. Kim asked for it to make. She wants to take part of the bone to make a necklace out of. I think that was absolutely creepy.
Yeah, that's too far.
And Chloe's like, yeah, that's just creepy. And now, oddly enough, Chris didn't think that was creepy, but Chloe said, I want to be cremated so that you can wear, like,
The
I want
crystal.
us to be, I want everybody to be cremated so we can wear the
The
dust.
diamond.
No, not diamond. Like,
Oh,
it's,
I don't know. I'm referring to Pretty Little Liars. Remember in the one, what's
oh,
her
I don't
name?
know. But
Alex
you're
Drake made the
supposed to
diamond
put some of the dust in like a little
necklace.
necklace or something like that, and then you wear, like, you're wearing the person around it, and like, of course Chris thought that was creepy, but I'm thinking, no, but your daughter taking a piece of your bone and making it into a necklace is not creepy. That's
That's
creepy.
like I can't believe you're gonna refer to this, but my grandmother, not on your side, used
Oh,
to wear
where it was
my
too, well,
teeth.
people used to do that. That was a baby tooth thing, yeah, but
That is weird and creepy, and I
I
gotta
know.
get my baby teeth back.
Yeah, I don't know.
I should have not left them.
Yeah. So then Kim comes over and she says that she's going to Miami for her launch of Skims swimwear, which I will be partaking in eventually when I have a little extra cash, getting a Skims bra because she's had the commercials on about it,
Oh, the
acting
bra,
like
yeah.
they are phenomenal, the best thing you've ever had. And I'm going to test those bad boys. So we'll see.
If not, then you're gonna have to get a boob job to fit in the Skims bra.
Yeah, or get my money back.
Well, that too.
So so Kim says that they're going to have they're going to go to Miami, and she wants Chloe to come with her. And of course, Chloe's so apprehensive because of all that just went on with the
I feel like
boyfriend.
Chloe's the real star of the show.
Well, this
I
particular
feel like
one,
she's been in
I'm
the
going to tell you,
pinnacle in all of them.
back in the day when it was Keeping Up with the Kardashians, it was really Kim, Chloe, and Courtney that used to be like kind of the focal points of that.
Mhm.
But this particular one, the Kardashians, it's oddly enough, Chloe, Chris, Kim, and Kendall are the main ones that are holding this up. Courtney
Yeah.
is like nowhere to be freaking found. Kylie's like here and there, but I think Kylie's more here and there because of just having the timing with having her first baby,
Yeah.
her second baby, and all like that. So I think that's more. She's there
No,
a
I'm just
little
saying. I
bit,
feel like I hear you
but
like Chloe's
Chloe's
like the
this is Chloe's season for sure. Her
like
and Kim,
interlacing everybody together.
this is her and Kim's thing. But she wants her to come with her to Miami just to get away, like to have like a fun time and whatever. And she says like, she can't do that. That's too long. So then like Kim's like, listen, I'm going for 24 hours. Kim now has her own plane, Kim Air, whatever it is. So she's like, let's just go 24 hours. I'll have you back in no time and it'll be fine. So like she kind of agrees. So they invite a couple of their friends, I think like Kim's manager, Chloe's friend Malika, and there's I think like two or three other girls that end up there. And they're going for Kim's pop-up shop that's going to happen for Skims swimwear. And she's also, of course, like multitasking up the wazoo. Like she's taking pictures for Skims. And the producer lady says to Kim, like, you really just can't sit still and relax. Like, can you? Like, and that's all Chloe wants to do is like go dancing or do something. And it is actually sad because watching it, once they get down to Miami, like it's kind of sad because all you see is like the paparazzi like coming at them.
Yeah.
And I understand that you just want to be like everybody else and be able to go places, but you did create this. Like when you set out to become famous, you have to understand that like people are going to want to see what you're doing. And like she said, it's like it's not just that people want to like take pictures with her stuff. They're like waiting on the worst things for us to do. Like, who's that guy she's out with? And what's this? And what's that? Like, she's like, it's always the worst possible thing. And like, they get down to Miami. And of course, like, they're surrounding the car. And like, Kim's like saying, I got to open the window to take this thing from this person. Like, because somebody was trying to like be nice and give her something. And Chloe's like, don't you dare open that window or that door. She's like, what are you, crazy? And it automatically like makes Chloe want to like leave and go back home because it makes her so anxious or whatever. But they end up having a good time. It seems like they try to go out like to a club, and I guess the club's a little bit dead because it's like 2 a.m. and apparently they said in Miami the clubs don't get jump until 4.
Oh.
So that's like really going out in the morning, in my opinion. That's not
Yeah.
going out at night. You're going out on a whole new day. So I don't know. That's kind of weird, but and then when she was asking her to go down there, Chris shows up and she's actually walking after the hip surgery and doing really well, they said. But she comes down and says that she would love to go with them, but unfortunately, I guess she can't fly for 6 weeks after the surgery. She can't fly, so she's not going. she's actually going to stay and watch the trial because I guess Black China is taking her, Kylie, Chloe, and Kim. She's suing them for defamation of character or something, and
Yeah.
I guess in the brother too, Rob or something. So she was going to watch the trial. Um, and then you see her at home, like getting started with her physical therapy, and they're telling her she's doing a great job and all that. And then you see Kendall, who is more in this series than I've ever seen her in Keeping Up with Kardashians. She was always like hardly ever in it. Like
Mhm.
you didn't even know she was around. But this one, she's better. I don't know if it's because she has A18 that she's trying to promote and stuff.
Oh,
She's
maybe.
got a couple of things, but she has said that in the past she has never wanted to be on the show because it was so anxiety ridden. But she's trying to find like a balance of how to do it without like letting it get to her or something. And her and Kylie decide like she's talking to Kylie and Kylie's telling her how emotional she feels after having the baby, and she feels as she's had the baby blues, and she would like to get away, but she sets up a whole trip to go along with her sister to Vegas, who's going to promote 818 for Tao. They're having like an open launch or something like of Tao in Las Vegas, and they're gonna like 818 is going to be there as well. And so she said she was going down there to do work, and she was so happy because she's like, I get anxious with this, Kylie clearly needs to get out, so like hopefully we'll balance each other, and I'll feel so much better about having my sister there with me to do
Mhm.
this big opening, because she says as much as I like doing stuff and going out, like all these people sometimes make me really
Yeah.
anxious. And of course, Kylie backs out last
Oh.
minute and lets them still use Kylie Air. So she goes on the Kylie private jet and takes her Haley Beaver and another girl. I did not recognize the other girl, but I've seen her around, but I don't know who she was. She's a friend of Kendall's, and they go down there, and and then Scott shows up, and Brody Jenner, her half brother, shows up down there to support her a little bit too. So that was nice. And then they go to a dinner the last night because once this is over, like she wants to go home now. She's like over it.
Mhm.
And Scooter Braun ends up at the dinner. So I don't. Well, there was a lot of people down there for the Grammys, I
Oh,
guess,
yeah.
and I guess so. I guess he was down there for that. So he shows up. You see him at the dinner. Um, he says hello to Haley, but it was like very
Weird.
weird for somebody that should be as close to her husband as
I
he
guess, yeah.
is. I don't know. It was like it was a weird dynamic, but I was like, okay, whatever. And then you see not much of Kylie at all, except for those little tidbits. And then Courtney, you see her for like one lousy second. I think she's going to come up more now. In the first couple episodes, she was of last season. She was there with Travis and stuff. They did have a little bit more, but she shows up by the other two. This is just showing you how much she doesn't get involved with them and how she is off to herself now with Travis. That Kim didn't even think to invite her to this event, like going away. And she calls him and says, "Oh, what are you guys doing?" And they're like, "Oh, we just got to Miami." And she's like, "Well, this is the first time I'm hearing about this." And Kim's like, "Yeah, I forgot to invite you." She goes, "I honestly didn't think you'd want to come." And you see her go off camera and go like, "Yeah, listen, everybody, let's be realistic. I probably wouldn't have came, but it would have been nice to have been asked." And I'm sure it would have been, but
Yeah.
and then, of course, you see next week, you see them in Las Vegas. They did the elopement or whatever they did. Um, so that'll definitely be interesting for next week. But this season, it's interesting because you, I feel like they're trying to create a narrative about how harsh the paparazzi are on them and how they
Mhm.
can't you know, it's just weird. Like I feel like they're trying to make this whole thing kind of like show like how mean paparazzi is to them or how
Yeah.
mean social media is to them. Like excuse me, not like that. I'm saying they're trying to like get like
Sympathy?
sympathy, but almost a little bit like, or they're just trying to like make you realize, listen, we don't mind being out here in public, but like just don't be so mean. And
Yeah.
they are. I mean, I know they are mean to them, but I think that's yeah. I'm really messing around with my feet here. Sorry. Okay, well, I'm done with the Kardashians, but I'm really loving the new setup of the show, gotta be honest.
Okay.
It's good. It airs on Thursdays in case anybody's looking for it on a Hulu.
All right. Well, I'll do Abbott first 'cause it's a little bit shorter. Episode 5, Juice. So I split it up by Janine, Barbara, and Gregory,
Mm-hmm.
and then Melissa and Ava. Were kind of like the two separate stories going on this episode. Basically, Janine speaks with the lunch staff about getting this new juice that has like 2 more ounces in it for the kids. And because of the extra 2 ounces, it ends up making all the kids in the school have to go pee more, and they end up
What?
breaking
I'm
the
sorry.
toilet. And Barbara
can't
said,
even with
and
that
Barbara, what?
I can't even with that show.
And Barbara says that she's not going to let, well, she didn't let her kids have this juice. She has like a kindergarten with the private bathroom. And she's like, well, I'll let you guys use my bathroom because it's on the first floor. You don't have to take your whole class up to the second floor. But she ends up saying, okay, you can't use it anymore. You're completely disrupting my kids. So you're kind of, go use the second floor. And on her free period, they end up sneaking into the bathroom, and she catches them. And the same exact kid that broke the original bathroom broke the bathroom again, like broke her bathroom. I
don't understand though. It's pee. It's not like they're pooing in
but
there.
they're letting the kids go on their own. Like maybe the kids are putting too much toilet paper in there and like flushing it. You know how kids are.
Yeah, no, I just couldn't figure out where they were going with that.
So Mr. Johnson says that the toilet in the kindergarten room actually took the second floor bathroom out as well. So they have to go all the way up to the third floor.
Facilities.
He's a janitor.
Maintenance, yeah.
Which to me, I first off didn't even know the school had a second floor, let alone a third floor. Learned a lot this episode that they had 3 floors in this school because the school doesn't look like it from that one like outside shot they use. But yeah, I guess there is 3 floors in the school. And after Barbara talks with Janine, she realizes that Janine just wants somebody who will, be able to give her guidance and help her out and give her advice and things like that. So Barbara decides to go get Melissa's bat and destroys the third upstairs bathroom.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Yeah, she goes and gets the bat and wrecks the third upstairs bathroom because
was it working?
No, the third bathroom was working, but nobody would come out and fix the other 2 bathrooms because they had the third bathroom.
Oh,
so for like a week, yeah. So they wouldn't come and fix this, and they're like, we can't keep tracking our kids up there. So she destroyed the third bathroom, so they'd have to come and fix it.
Why didn't they just send the kid that wrecked 1 and 2 and send him to the third?
I don't know, but she just beat the hell out of the bathroom, basically.
Send the third kid. That's what that would have been funnier, is if she said, hey, Johnny, you go to pee, go upstairs to the third bathroom and
put him in there again.
Do whatever you did at 1 and 2, please.
And she also offers to help anybody who wants advice from her, but only once a month. And
once what?
Only once a month. They can't. Yeah, because Janine was kind of borrowing her. They'd be like once a day, once a week. No, she's like once a month. And then at the end, it's revealed that Ava sneaks off into her office, goes downstairs into the basement, and has her own secret, fully decked out, fancy bathroom. She's like, you thought I would use the bathroom with everybody else? It's
so she's been harboring a toilet?
A secret fancy bathroom, nicer than our bathroom. And we got a pretty nice bathroom. It's pretty nice. And then Melissa and Ava, Melissa struggles with the aide that I was talking about, Ashley.
Oh, yeah.
She's really, young, high-strung, a little over the top. And she ends up kind of distracting her half of the class. And she won't do any work that Melissa's gives her to prepare for the class. So Melissa decides to ask Ava if she could sit in because, Ava's like, you can't just tell me that the girl is distracting. I need to see visual.
I really hope they can't hear the shit behind me because it sounds like Godzilla is in.
Guys, I've never really seen The Lion King, but I don't think it sounds like that.
No, I don't think it's Lion King. I think he was just doing the Simba move and
now he's watching his own movie.
I have no idea what's going on in
there. But when Ava sits in on the class, she ends up bonding with the girl Ashley because they're more obviously. So Jacob tells Melissa you have to try to bond with the girl or understand where the girl's coming from because that's why her and Ava are getting along. So Melissa ends up working with Ashley to be once a week you could teach the kids some kind of unique, interesting thing. And that's kind of where it ends, and it seems like maybe they'll pull it together. But yeah, I like this one. As always, very funny. Next week is Halloween. I'm so excited. I love a good Halloween episode. All right, Dance with the Stars, sit up.
I wanted to stay back so I wasn't breathing into the mic. Oh, babies, I'm sorry.
Oh my God, she kicked the.
Can I just tell you, I barely touched that shit, and it went right over. And
so much for breathing into it, she knocked
it. And then, unfortunately, it scared the crap out of the cats.
Cats, look at Sissy looking back at you. All right, Dancing with the Stars. It smells like greasy food still in here, and it's making me hungry. Feel a bit like you. You just name out random foods. I want something nice and fried.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that. Okay, so what did I just kick? Oh, I kicked the table.
I'm good. I didn't knock over the mic like some people did. Yeah, I got that over your head now. You're
Oh,
Cooper sees lights dancing.
both of them do.
You guys see the lights on the ceiling, but you don't hear Simba.
Oh, this is like pure torture.
All right,
I
can you
feel
tell
bad.
us about Dancing
Okay,
with the
so
Stars?
Dancing with the Stars, we're going to have to move through this one quickly because it's 2 episodes
2
and we
nights.
will be here forever.
And we watched this on Monday, Tuesday, and I barely remember the dances. So.
Oh, it'll come back to you.
All right, let's see.
So, the first episode on Monday was most memorable year, and they promised that there was going to be a big announcement at the end of
I
that
thought she
one.
called it a big surprise in the beginning, which that's not a fun surprise. But
No,
surprise.
I don't think she did. I think she said it was a special. I think she said special announcement.
Well, but
So
still,
maybe
the way
that's-
she was portraying it seemed like it was going to be something fun and
Well,
exciting.
the only thing that would be the surprise part would be that nobody was getting voted off.
Oh.
That maybe was what they said. They might have said an announcement and a surprise or something like that no one would be getting voted off. And then on Tuesday, it was prom and a dance marathon. So ultimately, they really had to learn like almost like
3.
Well, not even, because there was 3 different dances that they did at the marathon. I think they did like a disco
A lot of them were
dance, which
saying
is
that
nothing
they
to
did
learn.
and improvise. They were
Well, you did
improvised.
improvise, but there was a couple. There was I don't remember what
There's
the
at least
dances were
3 or 4.
for the marathon, but there was 3 that they had to do, and they had to do 2 full blown dances. So it's still 2 dances are a lot to learn. So Trevor and Emma danced a jazz number the first night, and he scored all 8s, which was great. They were in the bottom 2 last week, so that was very good for him to do because otherwise he was
Which one is he?
He's the blonde guy
Okay.
from my show 90210. His most memorable year was about the highs and lows of his acting career, where I found out I thought I knew him from somewhere else than 90210, and I did. He was on my soap opera. All good.
I can't remember how I thought he danced.
He didn't do bad. They said the judges said they felt the emotion in this one because it was jazz, so it was not like when you're doing the Charleston or the jive or the waltz. There's specific moves that you have to do where your toe has to be pointed a certain way, your hand has to go out a certain way, blah blah blah. So jazz is more of a freestyle. It's more like contemporary, where those 2 he could get away with doing well, and I think he even did good on the contemporary one. So they said they felt the emotion. It was very good. His second dance was the jive. And again,
I remember where I thought he didn't do good was the marathon.
Yeah, he received all 8s. Yeah, he didn't do very well in the marathon.
No, they made it very high, but remember, I told you, he just keeps flipping around.
Yeah,
he just keeps flipping around.
He kept picking her up and flipping her around, and was not a lot of dancing going on.
No, and I don't know how they made it so far in that. They made it to like the top 5.
I wonder if like they just weren't paying attention at the time. They might have been focusing on other people and just didn't see him doing all that
like,
twirling. Well, and also here, if when you look up, you see him twirling someone around, you're like, oh, okay, there's a move. Like, let's go. So maybe they just. But then when you look back
at him, you saw him twirling again.
I know. Maybe they just didn't realize it. So Shangela and Gleb, they danced the foxtrot on Monday. They also received all 8s. Her memorable year was when she broke her leg doing the death drop or whatever it is, and she thought she was never going to dance again. And she went through physical therapy, did the whole thing, and she got herself back. She made a couple of mistakes, but she kept going. And Carrie Ann said, if it wasn't for the way you carried yourself throughout the dance, those mistakes would have been a little bit more noticeable and more like something where we're like, but you pulled it back together really well. And that's why I guess they gave her the 8s instead of penalizing her for the mistakes.
Yeah.
This prom dance was the cha-cha. And she received 3 9s and an 8, so she did really well there. They were one of the ones that did last a little bit in the marathon.
I think too midway. Bad, I think they would have went higher in the marathon.
Yeah, they were like midway. They got booted out of the marathon, and the marathon just helped them. If you were low, it helped you. If you were high, you were kind of still fine. Yeah. So the marathon was really for the folks that were down low, because you could get like 11 or 10 points if you were the last man standing. So that would definitely help you, obviously. Jessie and Alan, she did a tango. She received 3 7s and an 8, which I guess is good for her, but not really. Her most memorable year, obviously, was when she became a mom. She did, unfortunately, they said the tango has a lot of turning, and for her, she gets motion sickness. So, which is weird.
Yeah.
That if she spins too fast and stuff, she can actually feel like off balance and sick. So that was a problem. But they said she did pretty good. Her second dance was the Viennese waltz, and she received all 8s. So that was a much better thing for her.
She's just an okay dancer. I don't think she's.
Yeah, no, I don't. I think she's trying. I just don't think some people don't have the rhythm or can't
Vinny.
find the rhythm. And yeah, she's doing better than Vinny. I will give her that.
No, definitely.
Because I think she tries really
but
hard.
I don't think she would be in my prediction for the top 5 people at the end.
No. I mean,
so.
I think she's skating by.
Yeah.
Really,
I don't think she'll make it. Like, I think she'll make it to the top people,
but
not.
Believe it or not, she is the one that won the dance marathon.
Oh yeah, she did win.
Which is what helped her not get eliminated.
I don't know how, because there were better people.
But she said, I think it was because she was just having fun. They were just dancing. They were improvising. They were just doing their thing. And I think that's how they got away with it. Cooper, you look too cute.
Oh,
he
Coopy.
Just snuggled down in a really cute way. And Sissy's getting tortured by
little lights. Little
lights
dancing lights.
Yeah, she's being tortured. But
alrighty.
Just a little cat update, since we don't have a cat cam. Gabby and Val, the Bachelorette, she danced the foxtrot on Monday, and she received all 9s. Who's shocked? Nobody. Anything she does, she's another one of those. Anything she does, they love her.
But she is good.
She is good. But
I'm putting her in for the top 5.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Her most memorable year was she is a nurse by trade, and she said it was the year that COVID hit, and they were dealing with all the patients in the hospital that were dying by themselves, and that they were trying to make sure that they weren't alone, and she said it was very traumatic, and it was a lot to deal with. So the judges gave her 9s, but they said that they wanted to see more emotion from her. She knows the moves and can execute them flawlessly, but they just need to see something a little bit more in there from her.
Yeah, I think she's too focused on the thing, but I still think she'll make it really far to the end.
Oh no, I think she will too. Because I think she'll just take that now and put that in there too.
And she's kooky. Yeah, this week she get that kookiness that you were saying. Right? Yeah, she really executed it very much.
She's hilarious. So for her prom dance, she did a tango, and of course received all 10s.
Oh yeah, she did get all 10s. Did she get the first 10s of this season, or was that Charlie got that?
Charlie got the first 10s, but she got all 10s. But the funny thing is, she was one of the. She's snuggling in with the coffee. She was one of the first ones kind of to be knocked out of the dance marathon.
They were out pretty early, which I was surprised at.
Joseph and Daniela. Joseph is the bodybuilder guy.
Okay, thank you. I was gonna ask
a rumba, and he received 2 9s and 2 8s. His most memorable year was this year, he said, when he started to step out of his dad Arnold Schwarzenegger's shadow. For the prom dance, he did the cha-cha and got all 8s. There were a lot of mistakes, they said, from his legs to how stiff he was during the dance. So I think that hurt him greatly.
He wasn't doing too great. And
but you know what? I like him. I feel like someone like Vinny should go before him or Jesse should go before him, because he's really for as tall as he is and as bulky as he is, that's not an easy thing for him to do. And he's really doing well. Like they said, he does really great. He has really long lines in his arms, and also I think it's a shame if he was
doing really well. But we know what the hell was that giggle? We know he goes home.
What?
He's the one who got home.
Yeah, he ends up.
Are we? Were you saving that for the end?
I throw it in there. He's the one
Who the hell's Posh Man?
Poshmark.
Oh, it looks like Posh Man.
He ends up being eliminated with. He's in the bottom 2 with Heidi.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, we all knew they were. It was the worst possible person to be in the bottom 2 with, because we knew they weren't going to go against Heidi, because as much as I think they thought both of them were good, I think they knew she was more consistently good.
Good, yeah.
Where he's still working on getting to the point of being good.
Well,
where
she's the one that had the different partner.
Yeah, which I think that was kind of hard too. I think that threw a kink in a lot of what was going on.
And also, I was like, when we were watching it before we knew we were going home, I was like thinking in my head, I'm like, I wonder if his dad will show up. Guess not now.
No, not now. So Charlie and Mark, they did a contemporary dance.
Did you just skip over?
Oh, I did.
Jordan and Brandon, okay. And you skipped over Daniel.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, not Daniel.
Sorry, I love Daniel. Yeah, I can't do. I must have scrolled up too fast. Daniel and Britt, they danced a contemporary, and they received 2 8s, 2 9s. His most memorable year was obviously when Coda went to the Oscars. I would understand that. For prom, he danced the cha-cha and he received all eights, which after receiving two nines was kind of like
Yeah.
disappointing, but you know,
But the cha-cha's a real, like, it's a fast pace, gotta move, gotta move. And they were the first ones out in the marathon too.
yeah, like, that was, but I understand
Ding.
because maybe the music, you have to remember
That's what I was saying. Like, he can't
he's
improvise like
no,
other
he's
people.
always challenged with the beat of the music, so it is hard.
But I still think he did good. So,
No, yeah,
and I'm putting him in
for
my
someone
low top
look, for
5.
someone that can't hear the music,
He's
I
doing
think
good.
he's holding his own. I mean, that one
Better than
guy,
Vinny.
yeah, well, please, let's not even go there. So Jordan and Brandon, they danced salsa.
Yeah.
For her most memorable year, it was when she met her husband. They she was supposed to be giving him advice or something. Their moms got them hooked up to give advice about like singing or something like that, and then she met him and ended up realizing he was the one. So she received three eights and a nine, which is really good for her.
Yeah.
That was a big improvement. For her prom dance, she did contemporary, and she scored three nines and an eight. So she, went up
Did
yet
better.
again. Yeah. I don't know where they stood in the marathon. I think they were middle way or something.
Yeah. I'm putting her also in my low top 5.
Well, that's what
low
I said
but
to you
upper
in the
middle.
very, very beginning. I think she could be one that's been flying under the radar
Mhm.
and could sneakily get up in there and be like,
I
how's
think-
she in this top
yeah.
5?
Who
Like,
did I
where'd
don't
she
wanna-
come from?
I don't want to say too many top 5s, right? I said The Bachelorette, Daniel, and Jordan Sparks.
Yeah, those are my 3 too.
Those are
I
my
think
3.
Wayne
There's
Brady.
Wayne Brady's my other
Charlie
guy.
will be in there.
I'm sure Charlie will, but I'm saying for mine. I think Wayne Brady might actually win. I think he could win.
I think he could win.
I think
too.
he'll win.
Yeah.
What the?
I don't know.
That laugh. I'm sorry. All right,
Charlie,
now
and
Charlie and
Mark
Mark.
did a contemporary dance for their first Monday night dance, and of course, she received 3 10s and a 9. I don't think her contemporary dance was all that great. I mean,
I think wasn't it Carrie Ann that gave her the 9 because she said she was like she thought she could have done better.
yes. Well, she said they were impressed with the dance, but she was also something too that they were saying they wanted to see more, like
Emotion, maybe?
emotion and
Or
stuff in the
like,
dance,
just
like
a little
more
bit
something
more.
behind the dance and something. Yeah, I forget what her most memorable year was.
This year.
It was this year?
I think she said it was this year.
I don't even remember what it was, but
I think
so it
was
wasn't
this
memorable
year.
to me. For the prom, though, she did the jive for her second dance, and she received the first 10 of the season. Anybody surprised?
I was hoping you were gonna say her note.
I'm
She
not.
literally wrote anyone surprised.
I'm not. But
No, but here's my thing. I think now, because I think this is what Carrie Ann was saying, was like, yes, you've been doing really good. How are you going to improve? Like, if you came out the gate getting an 8 and 9, how are you going to make it more special? Like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, maybe your dance is like an 8 or a 9, but we have to give you a 6 because you haven't improved from that original 8 or a 9.
Yeah, that's what I think. She's not.
I think that's what's going to
happen.
happen.
She's not taking it to the next level, like where her mother every week took it to the next level. That's how she went 7, 8, 9, and up and up and up. So that
I think that's why. I think people are gonna be like, "Oh my god, she's been getting 10s every week. Why did she not win the show?"
So let's discuss the elephant in the room. Vinny and Coco. God bless them.
I feel bad for that girl Coco because
yeah.
she's a good dancer.
He danced the jazz, and oh boy, Vinny.
Oh, Vinny.
Oh boy, Vinny.
That one wasn't too bad.
No, that one he received all 8s, so that wasn't bad. It was one of his better dances. Of course, his most memorable year was when he started Jersey Shore.
I'm
which
not gonna lie,
understand.
I do want to say I've never really watched Jersey Shore because I was too young for it to. But now that I've seen, I'm like, I kind of want to watch Jersey Shore.
Oh yeah, Jersey Shore.
I think it was so good.
So good. Oh, it was so good.
Maybe that'll be one of my binge shows.
The second dance was the Viennese waltz, and he received 7s. He went way back down. It was so hard to watch. It was
not.
like,
I think his issue is I think he's one of those guys that doesn't want to embrace that
loosey goosey body.
Loosey-goosey,
well, the waltz
then,
you have to be very
and he was so stiff. He's like not in a good way. Like I think he thinks it's like not masculine to embrace this dancing. Who the hell cares? You would win a trophy.
I don't know. Yeah, it was bad.
Right, because they don't win anything, like no money. They just get a trophy.
Yeah, no, it's just a trophy.
Let's just say one.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm assuming they're getting paid to do the show per se, but there's no winning of money.
I think he'd be thinking he's getting I think he'd go home and think that the situation and Pauly D are gonna make fun of him for
I think no, they both did it. So I think Mike did it. So I don't know.
I also just think he has no rhythm.
Yeah. Mike was actually pretty good from what I remember, but he has more of a loosey goosey body, type thing. Wayne
but he doesn't care. He doesn't take himself seriously. No, Mike at all.
Wayne and Whitney did the foxtrot and received 3 9s and 1 10. So he, definitely is up there as a contender. They were tying in first place. They said that they were just going to be picky with him because they know that he has what it takes to be a great dancer. So they were like nitpicking on just like little things that they wanted him to work on. His second dance was the samba, and he received all tens. So there you go. He
I
was
think
one of
he's
the
gonna
first
win.
ones out, I think, of the marathon too. I think he was one of the first ones
He
out.
was definitely earlier. He was down
Yeah,
on
he
the
was
lower
definitely
end, which
early.
was so shocking. This marathon
Yeah.
really took me by storm. Probably really should have taken notes on it because it was kind of like shocking the people they picked to go in and out.
Yeah. Heidi and Artem danced the rumba. Her most memorable year was when she moved to New York to do modeling. Bleh.
I didn't even remember that. Oh,
Yeah, she received all nines. For the prom, she danced jazz, and she got 3 8s and a 9. Not as good as the day
yeah,
before.
no, I think they didn't like
said
that one.
they did not really like that one for her. So,
Which
yeah.
you know what you didn't tell them you watched? You told me you watched some of the D'Amelio
I
show.
I did half of the first episode just because I was curious to see what the
Got a bit
hell
of a
this
hankering.
family was about. And like I said, halfway, and I shut it down. I think I fell. I think I was laying down watching it. And I think I fell asleep. So
Oh,
that doesn't say too much.
because like, what do they have
They do
going
very
on
slow.
in their lives?
I don't know, but they do very slow talking. The way these girls talk,
They are
it's
very like monotone.
yes,
Like Erica
it's,
Jane.
Yes, it's very monotone, and it's very like, yeah, Dixie, where are you going? And I'm like, no, I'm out. I'm sleeping. Sorry, we don't do that over here.
If you don't have nothing that's fast paced for her, she will
I'm gonna
fall
lose you.
asleep.
I'm gonna lose you. So Selma and Sasha, they started their package with her making the announcement that unfortunately she will no longer be able to continue dancing. She has minor tears and fractures of her bones, and that's due to the MS that she's dealing with. So unfortunately, she has to say, goodbye, which is sad because she was doing really well. But she danced the waltz for her last dance, something nice, easy, gentle, and they gave her all tens, of course, in
but
honor
I
of
think
her.
she did do
But
really
no, I
good
think
anyway. So it's
no,
not
yeah,
like
I don't think
it's not like
you
a
know,
sympathy score.
No,
I'd say.
I think she
like,
probably
I think they
would have
gave
got
her
8s and
nines.
9s. Yeah. So they did that just to
because
you
they
should.
said it doesn't even count, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, so you just should or whatever. But so that was sad. So no one went home that first night. The second night after the prom dance and the marathon, they received all the points tallied up together, and whoever lasted the longest in the dance off got the highest
11
points, and
points?
Jessie and Alan won, which was, like we said, we were just very surprised. But they said they were having fun.
I think they
and there you
skated
go.
under the thing. Like I
I
think
do
they
too.
forgot about them, and they're like, "Wait, damn, these are the last people left."
Yeah, the surprise was that Heidi and Artem were in the bottom two with Joseph and Danielle, and the judges chose to save Heidi and Artem, and somehow Vinny's fans are saving him, and you all should stop. Okay, you should stop. Every article that I read, they said, please stop, because
but here's my thing.
he should not be there.
Nobody knows. Like, for example, we don't know, like, as fans, we're not sitting here and saying that, like, Vinny got 100,000 votes and that's what saved him, and Charlie got 50,000. No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. They're not showing us the number, so fudge the numbers. Lie. Don't even.
You can't do that. But that's the sad part, is that's what's keeping them out of being voted into the bottom two
every week.
Yeah.
And the fact that, and it's kind of crazy that those fans saved him, but Teresa's fans didn't even save her. And but I think New Jersey likes I think like Housewife fans like that Jersey embarrassing Shore, stuff where they're like, get rid of her.
No, the fans of Jersey Shore are beyond Housewives. Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I'll have to watch and see. Maybe if I watch him, like maybe he is worth being saved, but I don't think so. I could, but also I think maybe the Jersey Shore fans, maybe they're like, they know how embarrassing it is to watch him dance bad every week, and that's why they're keeping to make him dance bad every week.
Very well be.
But what's crazy is in his head, he's like, I'm such a good dancer.
No, I don't think he thinks that. I think he knows
he's not
I think
good.
He thinks he's improving,
but he's not.
But I think he knows that he sucks.
All right,
he has to know he sucks.
Yeah.
How could he not? He has to watch that shit back. There's no way.
Coco, you need to get like a tape and circle all the things and show. I don't either. But you know what? Good for her. She's staying there silly somehow. All right. Kung Fu, episode 2 to 13. I broke it down by the Tans, Russell Tan, Kerwin Tan, and Juliet. The hell was that? Tan. All the Tans. Then I did Jillian. Damn it. Jillian. No, they call her Jillian.
Okay.
And then I did Nikki and the rest of the Shins family and Mia, I threw in there. And then I threw some overall thoughts in there. So for the Tans, Russell Tan basically wants this bell to destroy the city and access
Did you say bell or bill?
It's a bell.
A bell. Okay.
To
Ring, ding,
destroy the city and access the realm of life and death so that he could bring his son Raymond back. But that is what his daughter Juliet thought. So she wants to stop him. Oh, hello? Excuse me. Quiet on the set. Kids crying on the set. So she tries to kill him, but he ends up killing her when she finds out that, that was her plan. And he tells his son Kerwin that his actual plan is just to simply gain immortality. So he ends up killing Kerwin.
Plan on gaining immortality
to go into this realm of life and death. He can go in there and get this source and get immortality. But his plan is to
looking to live forever.
But his plan is to kill his son Kerwin, put his soul in his son, so that he can have a youthful body when he gets immortality. And that's exactly what he does. Yeah.
I'm sorry. So he goes to kill his son.
He killed his son. He killed his daughter. Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
That's kind of creepy.
It is
what
creepy.
What kind of show is this?
It is. I was not expecting to take a turn. It was like a Riverdale kind of show. They fight all the time.
Is
They're really good.
Kung Fu done?
Yes.
Okay, because
it's really good fighting
really
too.
Hear you talk about any Kung Fu?
No, I know, but I'm just talking about the main plot because
I know.
I'll get to that at the end. And then Jillian's goal this season is basically to kill Russell Tan. She ends up changing her mind when she realizes that Russell Tan wants Mia, so she says that she's gonna kill him, but then she ends up kind of working with her instead. Russell Tan needs Mia because she's a hybrid warrior and guardian together in one. He needs her blood to take it into the realm so that it can guide him to find the source, basically. Kind of crazy. It is one of those things where you're like, what the hell is going on? All right. Now, this is for Nikki and the rest of the Shin family, but actually, I don't really talk about them and their side plots, but I'm just saying they do take a part in some of the story. Basically, Nikki ends up actually destroying this original bell, but Russell Tan's daughter, Juliet, before she dies, recreates the whole bell because they just need the sound that the bell is going to make.
Wait, I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry. Hold on. So the one that kills his kid.
Yeah.
That's this, right?
Juliet. Yeah, that's his daughter.
So she helps him out by recreating the bell, and he still kills her?
In the end, yes.
That's hard.
Because his goal, he says that his real thing of why he did this was just because he watched his father die and get sick and everybody take advantage of that. And he doesn't want that to happen to him. So no matter what it is, he's not going to stop until he can.
So he doesn't want his kids to watch him die and get sick?
No, not really. He just wants to live forever, basically. So if his kids are going to try to stop him, he's going to kill him. And he did. That's exactly what he did.
Try to stop me. I'm living forever. I'll come for you.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not going to stop you. Go ahead, live forever. So Mia finds her actual father, but he ends up drugging her, and he takes her to Russell Tan because he wants to protect his new wife, since Russell had killed his last wife, Mia's mom.
Oh, this sounds like stuff you have to watch because it sounds like
so crazy.
Too much.
I know, but it's like, how can I not? I have to give.
Look, I fell asleep for a little portion of this whole Kung Fu that she was watching because I was working different shifts. And when I woke up, all I remember was somebody was complaining about losing Clementine.
Oh my God, no! I'm not even going to talk about it on here because it's a side plot.
I don't know. Yeah,
it was her car.
So it was
Althea's car, the sister.
Somebody's car.
You woke up to such a bad episode.
Yeah, and I'm like, I fell asleep to Abbott, which was quiet and calm. And then
no, you fell asleep to I Justine. I was watching I Justine videos.
No, but then I heard you changed it. I heard you put out. I was still awake when you put Abbott on. And
I did Abbott, I Justine, and then I ran out of I Justine videos, so I went to Kung Fu.
She put Kung Fu on.
And she woke up. You woke up like a bad.
I'm like,
that is so loud.
What are you?
Well, I'm sorry.
They were savages, whatever they were doing on that Kung Fu.
Because Simba next door's TV was so loud, I had to make my TV loud because I couldn't hear it. And HBO Max cuts off half the subtitles on the bottom, so you can't even read them. All right, back to this because it only gets worse.
But my point was where I was going with this was
it such like Riverdale plots.
I don't know. They were doing one thing, like they were in the middle of discussing something, looking for something on a computer. This guy and girl, the main girl, what's her name?
Nikki,
and this other guy, and I'm like, they're so engrossed in this. Then this other clown comes in and starts talking about something else. And if you don't know what's going on, let me tell you, you ain't got to figure that shit out. Because I'm like, what are they? I was not that I was trying to watch it because I had things to do.
I think
but,
you should watch it. I think you'll probably
I was
actually
just
like this show.
What are they talking about? Then they said something about a car, and then like
That was a weird
just like,
subplot, which
I was
I'll
like,
talk about the plots
okay,
at the end.
whatever. I was like, it's too much. Too much. Gotta go.
Jillian and Nikki, they team up, they save Mia. Then they realize, all three of them, that Tan needs these special rocks, and they're each able to get one.
I'm sorry.
Let me just finish.
Go
Let me
ahead.
finish, because it only gets
I'll
worse.
hold it.
And once they all touch these rocks, they see this dream of a woman giving birth.
Ooh.
And Mia touches out after passing this rock, after touching the rock. So Nikki enters the dream that they were having to go and save her. And in that dream, and Nikki realizes that the dream is of the first ever warrior being born. Even before Ling Dayu, who's the first warrior, this was before that, it was created by the alchemist. And she also sees in there that Mia isn't the first ever hybrid. 1,000 years ago, there was another hybrid who was followed by a path full of death. Basically, she killed everybody. So now Nikki's worried that that is her destiny. And she won't tell Mia. But what does Jillian do? She tells Mia that that's her destiny and requests that she comes and helps her, and they'll go and kill Russell Tan together, because that's the only way they're going to ever stop Russell Tan. They find out that Russell Tan also needs a special mallet to hit the bell. They get the whole family involved. The mom sneaks in. They have a dumpling restaurant, which I never really have talked about because it's a side plot. Be real.
Not today.
So the mom sneaks in via the dumpling. The dad recreates this mallet because they're going to switch it out, but they end up failing, and Tan gets the actual mallet, and he shoots her brother Ryan, and he goes into like a little bit of a coma. He doesn't wake up for a while. The family gets mad at Nikki, but then they all end up back together. And Mia feels guilty for him getting shot, so she then joins Jillian, and they decide that they're going to kill Russell.
Okay, wait. Before you went to the next person, this is my point. There's a bell. There's a sword. There's now a mallet.
No, the sword was last season. They destroyed those weapons.
There's a mallet,
the bell and the mallet.
You just mentioned some magic rocks.
Yes.
These people have more magical things that they need than anything I've ever seen in my
okay, so
life.
you need this special mallet to ring the special bell, and the rocks like light up the bell or something.
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
so you have to hit that at the same time. You have to hit it, and it creates a certain frequency that opens up the
magical crap.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was going to be so like magical, in a sense. Like, I don't know. I thought it was really. I really thought it was going to be a lot of fighting.
No, doesn't sound like it.
All right, on to the next part. Here we go. They also, actually, I'll save that for the end. Basically, Jillian and Mia end up kidnapping the daughter Juliet. This is obviously before she died. I just gave a little synopsis of what Russell Tan's doing in the background. That's why I did that in the beginning. But they end up letting her go because Nikki almost finds them. But Nikki ends up luring them out, and they both fight her, and they lose Mia, and she ends up getting taken by Russell Tan. So Nikki, her ex, I still haven't learned his name. I want to go with Brian. I really just don't care about him and his story. I'm sorry.
There's that.
Jillian, Henry, and his dad. His dad ends up joining the show. They have his own little subplot, which I'll get into in a second. They all go, and they're all going to do separate things. Nikki and Jillian are going to go fight Russell Tan. The ex is there basically to get Mia.
Everybody's freaking fighting Russell Tan.
Everybody's fighting Russell Tan. It's either you're against Russell Tan or you're against the Shins. Okay? That's the main plot here. And Henry and his dad are going to go put this little disruptor in the ground so when he rings the bell, it doesn't send out the vibrations. Once they get there, they see that Mia's blood has been drained by Russell Tan, so the ex takes her and, gets her back up in health. But they're too late, and Russell Tan has rung the bell, and the realm opens. And he goes in, and Nikki and Jillian follow him because you can only go in. You're supposed to only be able to find this source if you're a warrior and a guardian. So they figure if they work together, they're both warrior. One's a warrior, one's a guardian. They can locate him, and that's what they do. But he's already gained the immortality, leaving the realm destroyed, because the realm is actually the afterlife where all warriors and guardians go once they die. And there's some other things that go on in this realm, not important, as far as I know. Jillian stays back and traps him in there. and the rest of them escape. And then
She's not stuck in that though.
Joanna's stuck in there with Russell Tan. Yeah, the realm collapsed. But you'll see in a second. Henry, after his dad had died while they were there fighting Russell Tan, he's deciding that he must leave. So I'm assuming him and Nikki are now broken up. Very sad. I like them together. Mia joins the monastery. And Pele appears out of nowhere looking over San Francisco, and she's got this glowy little necklace on her chest, which looks like the immortality that Russell Tan took. So looks like she may be back. And I'm sure Zilan will probably come back somewhere. The little side plot I wanted to mention was this was a big thing, and I thought it was going to be important, but it doesn't seem to be important at all. Henry's dad had this whole group that was performing a ritual to take Nikki's powers. She ends up stopping them, and I feel like it was going to be a big thing leading into the bill and all that. No, not at all. It was just a weird side plot that they did, because I wrote it down. I was taking notes, and I'm like, oh, yeah, let me take... No.
No, now he's dead, so there's nothing.
Well, then now it doesn't matter, but that was before he died.
Yeah.
Which there are so many side plots. Althea, the sister, has her own. Her husband has his own. Mom and dad each have their own. The brother has... It's a lot of plots. So you think I'm giving you crazy? There's and you think I might have just spoiled the show for you? There is still so much more. As you can hear, the card Clementine, I didn't even get into that. But since this is my only other show, I gave some overall thoughts of season 2. One, there's a whole scene that's pretty long, and from start to finish, Henry is just scooping the rice out of the rice maker.
We gotta go make rice.
Oh, crap, we do have to go make rice. But he's sitting there scooping it, and this rice maker is much smaller than ours. And he should have scooped that out 1, 2, 3. But the whole scene, it clearly was just like a production mistake. He's just standing there scooping the rice forever and ever. Mm. I thought it was funny. Also, unlike some parents on CW shows, a Lark Saltzman, I'm looking at you. The parent stories are actually quite enjoyable, and I do actually enjoy listening to their storylines. I think they're interesting. I'm not bored by them. They're just giving the parents a throwaway. And then I also think, let me read this before I say it. Oh, okay. So what I think, because I always said that this doesn't feel like a CW show, but it is a little bit now. This season really embraces CW, is the cast. I think because this cast is putting their all into it. I feel like some actors come in and they're like, oh, it's a CW show. People look down on these shows. No, these people come in and you could tell that they're giving it their 100%. They're acting like they're not on a CW show at all. And the scene that made me realize it was they had the scene where the son Ryan was in the hospital and the dad calls to let Nikki know what's going on. And then he it's the back is like a window with the wife and the son in there. And he's crying. And then all of a sudden he turns around. He's he just pulls it back together. It was pretty good acting.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Show. You have to remember this. So let's say I write a show, right? And I pitch it to however many networks I go to. Let's say somebody wrote this and they're pitching it to Netflix. CW. No, I'm saying CW. Oh. It is written from kind of their point of view.
I don't know. It's just always a thing.
But no, I'm saying it wouldn't be till say second season
where you'd see them CW
really implement the more CW type of things. So the first episode you may get where they're okay, it's good, or they may not want to alter it too much because it's still just a test thing. And then the second and third, and as they go on, it's
the CW effect kicks in.
Their CW formula,
which I will say you could definitely see it here, but I still think it's pretty good. So I also think one of the things with this is there's just also when you could tell that a cast likes the story that they're doing, whether it's not something personal or something, but when you could tell that they like the show and the story that they're talking about, it reflects into it. And I think this one, it also does and you could also just tell that this cast is naturally close, from following them on social media, you can see that they're very close. And it's not just oh yeah, they're my coworkers and I like them. If this cast, if they all said, oh, we're family, I would believe them. When some people are oh, we're a big family, and it's are you really? Yeah. These people I would believe. And I think that is reflected into the show, in my opinion. So yeah, that's my review of... Why is their kids crying? I'm going to lose my mind. So that's my review of Kung Fu Season 2. And I'll be back next week and I'll do episodes, I think, 1 through 4 for Season 3, which I'm very excited because you guys know I was talking about how Ben Levin's on the show now, and he was from Legacy, so I'm very excited. And I saw some spoilers for it on accident because I follow the Instagram account, and I'm like, oh no, I didn't realize that. So yeah, I know a little bit of spoilers, but
Yeah.
I'll deal with that once I watch it. All right, you go ahead and take it away with your last show, or you have two more shows for your
No,
last
I
show.
only have the Real Girlfriends.
Alrighty.
Yeah. I was just looking up to something else, but Love is Blind 3 has, like I said, it looks like it has 12 episodes, which include the reunion. So, yeah,
So
I
yeah,
think what they'll end up
you're
doing
probably
is
right.
putting, it looks like they're going to put 5, 6, 7 up in 3 days,
Yeah.
and then the next 3 in 10 days, and then. So it'll be 3 every week it sees, and then see how they do. I was saying they probably do
two.
this is the finale and the reunion. So yeah, interesting. But anyway, so there's a screamer while I'm getting ready to go.
A kid crying. I don't even know which
That's
one
not
this
crying.
is.
That's a screamer. Oh, that would just be a bold faced screamer.
God, I hope you guys can't hear this because kids crying are so damn annoying.
The hair on my hand that's driving me nuts. I got it. Okay, it was wrapped around my finger. Holy moly! So the Real Girlfriends in Paris.
Oh, I just hit the table. That's fine.
Okay.
We're Why does that look like the same thing you wrote last week?
No, I always leave that initial clip up just in case I want to say it because, I feel like I want to believe that we're getting repeat people, but I don't know if they're always keeping up with the shows.
Well,
and
you
stuff.
should, so go back and listen. There's over 36 episodes.
Yeah, no, it's but this is season 1 for this show, and it is on Peacock. It's a younger version of Housewives, but I'm liking
Do you
it.
think this show, in your opinion, because you've watched this one, I haven't, is what the new New York might feel like? Or
I think they would be wise to make it a little more like this, but I think
You heard
there's
Cooper over there?
Yeah, he's
going,
because it's late for him and he's ready for his stint
Cooper
in.
pawns so many thoughts in his mind, that little cat.
Yeah, Baba.
All right, sorry. I can't with him whenever he ponders all
I
those.
don't know where his sister went.
Under the table.
Oh, yeah, because she's coming around here looking for trouble.
All right,
in a minute.
sis, just let
anyhow.
her finish.
Yeah. So this episode opens up with Victoria kind of getting ready to redo the samples for her show. She's hosting the Chloe Colette.
I thought they did a fashion show last week.
No, they were preparing
getting ready for it. Okay.
Yeah, and this week unfortunately all the samples came back horrible and she has to redo everything, so it's a big to do, and her mom comes into town to see the show, so she has her hi babe, don't have that water over that laptop. You don't have that kind of luck. You're drinking, like, she's holding this cup in a weird way over a laptop.
Because I was trying to get the water.
Yeah,
All right, whatever.
I don't care. Don't do it. It's not wise. It ain't wise.
I gotta move my legs. They're sweating.
So her mom shows up to see her show, and she hasn't seen her since COVID started, so she's really excited, but she's also very stressed out because she has to move like all the sewing stuff into her loft so that she could basically be sewing like around the clock because it's a lot for her to get done. And she employs one of her friends from Parsons that she graduated with to help her sew. So she brings him in to kind of help. Casey is still back in California, I believe, trying to work out her
visa.
her visa,
girl.
and also we haven't seen her yet. Adeja is okay. She's helping Anya with a big event that Anya is having. She has an event company in New York, I believe, and she's trying to bring it over to France and make it as big as it was in New York. So she's doing a big event for this brand, and she's in charge of organizing like everything, Anya, and she's employing Asia to help her because she just quit her job and she's going to work on the marketing side of this event. And she she brings Anya in connection with this famous designer that could really benefit her and help bring her event to life. And then there's Emily, who's very odd. She's getting together with Adeja and Anya over brunch, and they start discussing what happened in Cannes with the other girls, the other two girls, Victoria and Margot, how they stayed behind to meet Margot's dad and didn't like kind of invite them, and used like a weird excuse that it was because of flights and stuff like that. But it was really because you saw it, but you didn't see that was the connection that Victoria had seen the other girls kind of making fun of them a little bit.
Mhm.
So that was kind of why they didn't invite them to stay, but they kind of allude to it in this episode. But she's been trying. Emily's been trying to bring her mother's interior design company over to France as well to start to like start a little bit of a business here. So they're in interior design, and she's there doing fashion. Like she's assisting this fashion designer in this small showroom, and she decides to pitch that the showroom needs drapes. Like it's so weird. I'm like, where is this girl going with
so
this?
that the mother can
So that the mother can give a
get a job.
can get a job there, and then can say like, we outfitted this showroom for this famous designer or whatever.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, no, it's not a bad
But
idea.
drapes?
But the thing is, she's an intern working in this fashion design thing, so it's kind of weird. But believe it or not, they do listen to her and they let her run with this, and they tell her to bring back samples.
She's an intern now, getting a big TV show in there. So
well, yeah, so they tell her to run with it and let her, set up what you want to set up and bring the samples and show us what you have and this and that, and then they'll go from there. And then Margot she's the one that has a dual citizenship, and she goes to see Victoria, and they're also at the same time, they do one of those things where they have Margot and Victoria, and then the other girls at the same time, like discussing each other. Like she goes to see her, and they start talking about the other girls, and that's how you find out about, why they didn't invite them to stay. And you can see like a little bit of a divide forming in the group. And Margot is working on developing slip dresses with someone that she also went to school with, Maria, and she's trying to develop like this slip dress brand, which is so weird because I'm like, really, like just a slip dress is where you're going with this? I don't know. She's run through so many different ideas of businesses and such that it sounds like she's serious about this one, but I'm not really sure. So we'll see. But it ends with Victoria getting ready to have the show. So next week, I'm assuming, will be her show.
Oh my God. What's that show that we were watching that was dragging out? Oh, Andor. Yeah. Oh, no, the cats are fighting.
No fighting. Well, they're way past their dinner time.
Oh, hey, no. Guys. Andor, where we're like, when are they going to do the heist? When are they going to do the heist? It's like, when is she going to do the fashion show?
Yeah, that's going to be
my God, girly. Do that fashion show.
Yeah, but I still like it. It goes very quick. It's a very quick
watch. Is it
watch.
Shorter than them, or is it still 40 minutes?
No, it is still 40 minutes. But
it is 40 minutes, because when I do their watch time, it is,
very fast. And I'm like, oh, okay. So, yeah, so that's pretty much it. They don't, they do a lot of, like, lengthy discussing of things that are not, I mean, they kind of rehash a lot of the same stuff, so it's, like, it's tricky.
But, alrighty. Yeah. What are we watching next week, you may wonder? They brought the Screaming Kittens in the hallway.
We're going to be watching the Simba show, probably no. I will be watching my usuals, of course. I'm going to be finishing up Below Deck, Days of Our Lives, Real Housewives. Well, we will watch Real Housewives, but Real Girlfriends of Paris, Dancing with the Stars. Obviously, it will be only a one-night event, so that'll be easier. Kardashians. Obviously, Love is Blind. I will go deeper into that one. Probably have 8 episodes. Probably not Dollface. Nope, don't say it. I actually might touch on Vampire Academy. What?
Call Me Kat. You've been meaning to watch that too.
Oh yeah, I gotta do it. Yeah, Call Me Kat. Yeah.
She's got so much to watch, and she will come back and watch it all. Oh no! Don't fight! Don't fight! Okay, so for me this week, I'm going to watch Kung Fu Season 3, episodes 1 through 4. I'm going to finish it. Obviously, as of now, only episodes 1 through 3 are out, but once 4 comes out, I'm not going to just not watch that one. And then, obviously, Abbott episode 6, and since I'll be a little bit more on a weekly basis, I think I'm finally going to actually start American Auto, and maybe I'll watch one episode of Breaking Bad just to say it so I can be done.
Let it go.
That one took her out physically. It's like I punched you in the side of the head with that one.
Let it go.
What are we going to be watching this week together?
Some shows are just not for, they're just...
Cooper's so rude, scratching the ottoman.
But at least he's not beating up Sassy.
True. Sir, 2 seconds, please. So what?
He could be stuck. Let me check. I hear scratching and scraping.
All right, so what are we going to be watching together this week? The finale of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 12,
Yeah,
part 3.
Let's move this Kathy story.
That's it. And then the week after that,
Can't
we've been saying we're
wait.
going to do OC.
Yeah.
Which is true. We're going to do that. And then Andor episode 8.
Will it go? Oh
I
boy.
mean, 7 was better. Listen
No,
to
yeah,
that
yeah,
episode.
no,
So
no.
listen
It's
to
gonna be
this.
better. Yeah, I agree. Because you're finally actually understanding
Feeling what's going
kind of
on.
what's going on
Yeah,
here.
it was a lot of build up.
Yeah, it was a lot of I'm like, what the heck?
And also Tales of the Jedi is going to be released. They're a bunch of short episodes. There's only like 6. They're all going to come out. So that will also go up on Friday with Andor in a separate episode, but same day. And Beverly Hills goes up on Saturday. You can check out our episodes on all that last week as well. And this is just a little heads up because next week is October 31st, Halloween. We're going to be uploading a bonus episode where we talk about our favorite Halloween sitcom episodes. And we're going to do this one, okay? Because we've been saying since August and September we didn't do those, but we gave you so many other bonus episodes, and we really haven't given any bonus episodes this month. We're going to do it, okay? So I'm going to Cooper is so damn rude.
No, he's just a cat.
Yeah. But he is a rude boy.
Yeah, well.
And he has a lot of sense about him. He knows a lot of things.
He's hungry.
Okay. All right. Cooper, let me finish. Let me do the ending thing, and then we're done, Coop. We stopped. All right. So I want to thank you guys so much for listening or watching. You can give us a 4 or a 5.
Well, they're not watching anything right now.
Oh, crap. But maybe you're going to watch this in the future when we mass upload it.
Sure.
You know, I'm just preparing. You got to think like that. One day the computer's going to come back and we're going to upload it. So you can give us a 4 or a 5. A 4 if you know we're going to improve. 4 if you think we should improve. 5 if you know we're going to improve.
I think there's nothing to improve on.
Yeah, or nothing to improve on. But why don't you just give us the 5 now instead of having to come back and change your score? And if you also make sure you subscribe and turn on the bell so you know when we put episodes up. Because what if we put up a secret surprise episode? How would you know if you don't subscribe and turn on the notifications?
Yeah, it doesn't
obviously
cost anything. Wait until it does.
If you're from the future or if you're feeling so generous, why don't you go on our YouTube and give us a thumbs up? Don't give us a thumbs down. Instead, leave a comment telling us how we can improve. Please don't say fix the computer, because if you're listening to this on YouTube, the computer would clearly be fixed. So that's just rude. And I think that is all. So thank you so much once again for as of now listening, and in the future watching. We're going to go make some delicious rice and beans. We're going to do a little rice and beans taste test. All right, say your line, girly.
Hit the button.